Hey guys, we're back again, and this time it's with a Christmas edition. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be Santa Claus, but my outfit didn't turn up, so I've got my hat. And we've got Tash here dressed up as an elf.
Little elf, yay! I should be making presents.
There we go, look.
I should
Has
be,
Santa
but
been
I'm not.
making many presents?
I have wrapping paper. Does that count?
Ah, nice. How many presents have you wrapped up for Santa?
None.
None? So you've been a bad elf then, huh?
Yeah.
You
The other
escaped.
day, actually, I will say, yesterday morning, I was up early, and I was just like, I should really start wrapping presents. I haven't written any cards. I've got a Christmas party going on tomorrow, and I'm just like, I should really write cards.
Is this your book writers party?
Yeah.
Nice. Looking forward.
So. Yeah, it's just the stress of getting everything ready, and because I've got to make my famous mince pies in the morning, it's just like
Famous mince pies.
I'll send one your way. Do you think customs will let her through when it's
I
green and
think it might be mouldy by the time it gets here.
yeah? Send it via Amazon. Maybe they'll take a couple of weeks to send it.
Yeah, send it to Amazon and then put in a note after, here's all our mince pies for you. Could you please send one for free to this person? Please don't smash it up.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah. So
So yeah, what's I gonna
are
say
you
to you?
ready for Christmas?
Maybe ready for Christmas? Yeah, I've already given done all our presents.
Ah,
Yeah, I got a bit excited, you know.
is this part of your hoarding video that you did, or
Oh, what, the presents?
yeah?
No, actually, I bought what I did was I bought on I don't know if I remember, I don't know if I said this, but I bought all these earrings,
Oh yeah, yeah. You mentioned yeah.
and I came to her early because she's
Cost
a bit
quite a lot.
depressed,
Yeah.
and she's worn them every day now because she really likes them, you know.
Oh yeah.
And I'm buying her, like I said earlier, I've got her some flowers coming, and I got her some other stuff like anime, and I tried getting her Continuum season 2 last night, but it won't get here in time, so I thought I'll leave that,
Yeah.
you
Oh,
know.
you're not going to give her like a little IOU kind of thing.
Yeah, I might do. I owe you lots of humpy pumpy. I think that'll work.
I've gotten my mate Donna the Cass and Crowley Supernatural Funkos,
Oh,
but they
nice.
don't get released until like January 4th or something, or end of January. I can't remember, but so I was like, I owe you. I was like, your pile of presents doesn't look that big, but you do have more coming. She knows that they're coming, and she knows what I've got her.
When
Uh,
did you get that?
oh, I do.
It's
Well,
like,
originally the Cass one was going to be released November 30th, and I was going to get it for her birthday, which was December 8th.
yeah.
I knew the Crowley one wasn't released until January, so I was like, if I could at least get the Cass one, had it pre-ordered, went online to check the status of the order, like on the 1st of December, and
Yeah.
it's the release date had been pushed back to January. I was like, no!
It's like Continuum. I saw season 3 was coming out,
Yeah,
and I thought maybe I could get 2 and 3 for her because she really liked season 1,
yeah,
which was an early Christmas present again.
yeah.
And I think it's series 3 comes on like the 24th or
Oh,
23rd of
yeah.
December, and I was looking up for next day delivery. And out of them both, you couldn't get it, which really annoyed me because I was like, I don't mind paying an extra $9 to get them both beforehand.
Mm.
But, I can always get it after Christmas in case there's another sale or something, you know.
Yeah, hopefully January sales. Do they have like January sales in America or?
As far as I know, they do, but, talking about Christmas buying, my video, remember I bought the stuff for my update?
Yeah.
I hated going out. I found out my nan passed away, right? Then I went shopping because I thought, you know what, this will make us feel better, right?
Yeah.
Or make me feel better, buying loads and loads of stuff, and just in case no one saw, I'm gonna do it again. $4.99 everybody. Look at that.
No,
Then,
I was saying, I've said to Malcolm separately, I love the fact it says furry on there underneath the price. It says like furry red monster or something.
sounds
Um,
like some sort of sex toy.
Well, I started worrying because I haven't seen beyond season 1. I started thinking, so season 9 of Supernatural got furry, did it? But it's like a fetish. It's suddenly a fetish show. But I'm sorry to interrupt you. I got to very quickly say, I went to a carols by candlelight service last night. It was more service than carols, which kind of I felt conned into going to something that was more service. But anyway, they were going on about some passage from the Bible, and they were like going on about nativity being a supernatural event. I was just like, dude, we're Sam and Dean there. That would have been awesome. Can you imagine one of the free shows?
They can pop in through and then Santa turn into demons.
Yeah, that would be brilliant.
I'm sure they must have. I'm sure in the 10 seasons they must have had a Christmas demon. Surely.
Special Christmas, yeah, exactly. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to. You were talking about. I just had to say it because every time they kept going about how it's supernatural and all that stuff. I was just like, will you please stop that? Because as an X-Files fan and a fan of sci-fi stuff, I was just like, please stop.
Oh dear. You know, I don't go to those things. Donna this year she was going to go out caroling.
Yeah. All right.
Which chose not to. Go back to what I was going to say though.
Yeah.
Quickly, because I want to get this out of the way.
Yeah, no, sorry, I had to say that just while you were.
No, it's all right. Whatever you need to say, say it. You know, that's the point of a chat.
Anyway, you were saying.
So I really got fed up. We went to CEX, right?
Right.
Constantly, people come up to me. Can I help you? No.
Oh, yeah.
Can I help you? No, because I know what I'm picking up because it's all used rubbish, right?
Yeah.
It's used rubbish that I might want, but it's used rubbish, you know?
Yeah.
So I go up to the counter, Donna picks up 4 animes. I go to the counter, the woman there's hitting on me. What part of England are you from? I'm from the East End, alright? Oh, I like men from the East End. Oh, yeah. And I'm like, and I said this. Well, I like women who have got family heritages from England, who were born in Canada, who came to America and then got married and then met me while they were in their 60s, right? And the woman went, what? And Donna was just like in tears of laughter once we left. And everybody there was just like, what's she on about? But I said to Donna, oh, you better take that bleach off because we've already got that one, you know. So the bloke forgot to take that off the price.
Ah, right, yeah.
So then I tell him, I said, excuse me, mate, that's a bit much, isn't it, for something that's supposed to be $39 now. Oh, right. So then he took off the $12 one and not the $18 one. So
right.
He still overcharged by $6. So I was quite angry about that.
Yeah.
Best Buy had every single one of their prices wrong when they got scanned on their machine. So I got charged $17.99 for bloody In the Blood, which said it was going to be $9.99.
It's worth all of you. It's probably worth $2.
Yeah, that irritated me. But because I got Supernatural for $4.99, it kind of evened it out more. But it's still annoying because then I had a gift card and I had a certificate, but could have gone to maybe something else.
Yeah.
You know. But the highlight of the day was getting this. Other than that, Helen Wheels.
I've not seen that.
Me either. This is the 3rd season. I need to get season.
What's AMC? People do Walking Dead, so got to be good.
What's that?
AMC. It's
yeah.
Breaking Bad and Walking Dead people. So.
I've got one of my favourite movie series of all time. Step Up, All In.
Oh yeah, I have never seen any of those. I remember seeing one of the trailers for like Step Up 3D or whatever it was, and what was it, a basketball got thrown at the screen, and it was like one of the first things I'd seen wearing the 3D glasses and that. And this basketball suddenly shot at the screen. I was like, ugh!
I always imagine myself looking like this. In real life, everywhere I look like this. I look just like this. See
I'm totally that woman. That's what I think I look like in my head.
That's exactly what you look like. So that's both you and me right there.
Yeah.
There you go. See? I always told everybody I was a hunk.
But incompetent salespeople seems to be, especially at this time of year, seems to be like the peak of their. I don't know. It's because they get people. like pay for people to temporaries and stuff like that. But I had a bad experience with somebody at Iceland today, and I was not happy.
So what did they do then?
What happened is, the problem is, seriously, does nobody work? And the problem is it's now school holidays.
Yeah.
So the kids are off, the parents are home with the kids and stuff. So
Yeah.
early afternoon, I go to Iceland to go get my frozen foods. And I go in, and there's everybody in there with their trolleys and that. And I asked this guy, the one thing I was after was Viennetta, mint Viennetta,
nice.
which I love. And it's like my Christmas treat to myself. It's not something I have regularly through the year. So come Christmas, that's my treat. So, I mean, there's other things, but pudding-wise, that's my thing. So I'm like, and they normally do it cheaper at Iceland. So I go in and I ask this guy, I said, have you got any Viennetta? Because I couldn't see it. He's like, Viennetta? I said, yeah. So he wanders off. So I'm struggling to turn around on my mobility scooter to follow him in this packed shop, except it turns out he started stacking this other freezer. I might have to plug my headphones in because I'm getting feedback.
I'll plug mine in as well then.
So I follow him, and he starts stacking this other freezer, and I'm like, and there's people trying to get past me, and he goes, I went, oh, I thought you were helping me. So then he just suddenly runs off. So I think, oh, maybe he's just forgotten that he was supposed to be helping me. So then I'm trying to find him, and he's disappeared, and I'm feeling really frustrated and helpless and stuff.
Yeah.
And because so I'm getting all upset and that. So I get to the counter, and I was like, how do I go about complaining about a member of staff? And they were like, oh, you have to speak to the person in charge. I'll give 4 rings to say that I need the person in charge. Except it was the bloody guy that had been the problem that turned up, wasn't it?
Oh.
And I tried explaining, and he's just like, oh, well, we are busy. I said, well, yeah, but you didn't tell me what was going on. I'm not psychic, you know. And he's like, oh, well, I did say that we're out of stock.
Yeah.
I said, no, you didn't. I said, you just wandered off. Oh, well, I checked the end of the aisle and it wasn't there. I did say. I said, well, I didn't hear you. And I mean, I have hearing loss in my one ear anyway, so I will accept that as an excuse. But he could have made sure it was clear that they were out of stock, kind of thing. And he's like, well, we are busy. I said, yeah, that's no excuse, though. So I just got really frustrated because it's that, you know, like they're supposed to be serving the customers, and then it's just like, oh, well, screw you.
Yeah.
So I was just like, it just frustrated. I think, and then the day just got worse with the scooter problems and stuff like that, and I was just like, I was not in the mood for it. So.
Yeah.
So, but I wanted to quickly say hi, Alex, because Alex commented on the YouTube.
Yeah.
Page.
Hi, Alex. I'm glad your camera turned up.
What was that? Sorry, my headphones got plugged in.
His camera turned up 3 days late.
What type of camera has he got? A new webcam or something?
A nude cam. He's going to get nude and wear a Christmas hat and do these weird dances like the Darkness did. You know, these pants which had half the skin showing.
No, I haven't seen that. Is this a genuine thing, or are you messing with me?
It's the truth. You never heard of the Darkness?
No. The Darkness, the music band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the guy used to dress like, I don't know, he used to have his chest showing and everything. Do you remember?
Yeah, and the leather pants, leather trousers kind of thing.
With the skin coat. That's what I was trying to say that Alex is going to dress like.
Yeah, I can imagine that, actually.
I think it look little bit creepy, though, to be honest.
Yeah.
See now. Oh, dear. But, yeah, I mean, this time of the year is the worst time to go shopping.
It was only because I didn't get paid last week because I rely on my when my benefits get paid.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't get paid last week. So, as it was, Donna had to loan me some money so I could get the last of my presents and stuff. But food-wise, I could not buy anything until today. And unfortunately, start of the holidays and stuff, it was just awful. It was like, and people are not paying any attention to where they're pushing their trolleys and stuff. They're just like, and you're expected to know where they're going, you know.
Well, this is the thing that gets me. You know, when I was in Best Buy, they all seem like drones.
Yeah.
Because she never queried it, anything. I mean, if somebody said to me, "Oh, there's a 4.99 sticker on now," I'd have gone, "I don't think it's supposed to be 4.99." I'd have obviously had to give the price for that, but I mean, I would have been a bit like, "Oh, maybe we need to check the stock in case they've all got that on."
Yeah.
But no, the woman was complete there. When she called the manager to come and film the thing, he didn't even bother. He was just like, "Stop calling me." But they have to call them to put in the code to reduce the price. So it's like, so
Well, at Tesco's, we did that. They now have this scan as you go business
yeah,
where you scan as the items, and it's supposed to be easier, and it was, considering how much I bought. It was a lot easier than putting it through the checkout and unloading it all and all that stuff. But then at the end, they do this random checks to check that everything that they're looking
yeah.
for is in your bag and stuff like that. So you're then stood around in this packed shop while there's these people trying to look through all your bags and stuff. It's just,
Walmart do that. You go in Walmart, you pay for the stuff at the counter. They see
right,
you at the counter, you walk off, and they go, "I need to look at your receipt, look in your bag," and you're like, "But you just saw me at the checkout,
yeah,
right?"
yeah.
And then they go, "Oh, you got to actually come to one side. We need to investigate this." And you're just like, "Oh, sod off." You know what I mean? I never forget being in Peacocks one Christmas, buying a whole load of DVDs and cash converters next door.
Right,
And
yeah,
all to the DVDs and Peacocks. Now, Peacocks never had the best DVDs in there, but they had the odd good movie, and I never bought any in there. And
right.
what happens? The security guard follows me out the store and tries to accuse me of shoplifting. Right? My mum has to go at him because I was with my mum and my stepdad at the time. You
Right,
know, I was a younger lad. You know, I was like 15.
yeah.
And he goes through my bag and he goes, "Oh, okay, you haven't got anything from the store then." Because I had massive cash converter stickers on them, thank God. And
Can
it
you
was just,
imagine? No, this is from here. Can you imagine? Just,
my mum was like this: "He got these effing DVDs from that shop over there, you piece of garbage." Well, she said something else. She said the
yeah,
F
some other
word.
choice words.
Right?
Yeah.
And she said, "I'm going to get you fired, you MF, you
Mm.
piece of ass. You're done. Your life's finished." Did she do any of that? No. But he was like this, and then it didn't help that he was a black guy, because then she started being a bit
Oh,
racist as
then it.
well.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You know, "You're attacking my son because he's white," you know. And he was like, "That's not the case, ma'am," and all this. And I was just like, "No, it's probably just a guy trying to find something to keep his job."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the
You
problem. They
know?
probably have a quota of what they need to find. Stuff they need to.
Well, they do over here. You need to
Yeah.
stop. You need to make sure you stop over. I think it's like 25% of the crimes.
Really. Jeez.
Otherwise, you get fined or something like
Yeah.
that. Only in certain places, though, you know.
Yeah. I have heard stuff like that though. It's just like.
But what gets me is when you get these security guards in places like Wilkinson's, and they're big, massive, overweight guys who are old and won't be able to catch people. It's like you want a guy who's like a muscle man or a big guy who looks like could tear someone apart.
Yeah. But what I love like about your story about like Best Buy and that is, where you say about keep being bothered while you're trying to look through stuff. The second you need somebody to talk to, there's no sod there.
Yeah,
So you
exactly. That's exactly it. I'm like, why would I need help in CX looking for stuff when it's all there?
yeah.
If I need help and I want to piss, well, oh, that's another thing. CX now give no refunds.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right? They kept saying to me and Donna, "We can't sell these to you unless you agree, but there's no refunds." Right? So I said, technically, that's against my rights, and I
Yeah.
can get a refund by taking you to, the union
Yeah, it's
thing.
like your statutory rights and all
Yeah,
that rubbish.
I can
Yeah,
take you there and get my refund if I really need to.
yeah.
Obviously, I'm not going to do it over like a $6 DVD. But I said, "Is that on everything?" They said, "Yeah, on PlayStations, TVs." I went, "Well, that's a bit stupid, isn't it?"
Well, you can imagine them selling you a 40 PlayStation. You'll really appreciate that,
Yeah, I paid like $800 for a TV and then getting a refund in a credit note. I don't
Yeah.
think so. I mean, I understand if it's a credit note in the first place.
Yeah.
Ah, look at this, we've got some things. Looking great, you two cheeks are very red, Tash.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's some Last Avenger. I got the Sony A6000. Oh, nice.
Ooh, posh.
Tash, your outfit is great, by the way. Shame yours didn't arrive, Mel. Yeah, I'm not very happy about that.
To be fair, this technically isn't mine. This belongs to
Oh,
my mate Donna. We both got last year. We got these jumpers that came with hats, and I got the
yeah.
Santa one. And for those on my Facebook, you can see the pictures from last year. But I got the Santa one that came with a Santa hat and a beard and stuff. And she got the elf one because she's my helper. But because we thought you were being Santa today, I didn't want to dress as Santa, so I asked her, I kind of like, can I borrow your elf one? So, so
Well,
thank you,
well,
Donna.
yeah, thank you, Donna. And
Yeah,
I hate you, eBay.
yeah.
I will say this though, guys. You can all imagine me as a drunk, useless Santa.
Yeah, he's even got the drink. Look.
Oh, it's Christmas again. Oh,
But you know what? I used that lipstick that I got for Halloween for Zombie Scully,
yeah.
and I just rubbed it on my cheeks. So that £6 that I wasted on makeup has gone further than.
Oh, impressive. You made it last.
Oh, well, you know what? Because obviously I don't wear makeup and stuff like that. And like I say, when I went away to Halloween and I was like, right, well, I need lipstick to do the Scully
Yeah.
lips. £6 for a stick of lipstick. I was like, how do women buy this stuff regularly? Seriously?
Well, it just shows to a degree. It just shows how important it is to women. And because to me, I'd never pay that.
No. Well, I mean, that's just the lipstick. You've got to add all the other factors of makeup,
Yeah.
and it's just like, but do you have any Christmas traditions and stuff? Or?
Yeah. I sing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're
I,
going to do some singing.
yeah, we're gonna. I know I'm gonna be so bad, but hey, it's Christmas. I don't care.
Yeah,
I'll do whatever, you know.
exactly. It's
Um,
your chat.
yeah, I can try whatever I like on it. So I can
Yeah,
do
yeah.
whatever. I can sing. I could even dance naked and put this hanging off my
Yeah.
if I
Covering
wanted to.
your.
Shaking it about. Um, no, that would be scary. But
That would, yeah.
what was I gonna say? I like opening the presents at the Christmas tree.
Oh yeah. Do you do it
So,
like first thing, or do you have like breakfast and stuff first?
we actually do it Christmas Eve, me and Donna.
Oh right, yeah.
Because what happens is Donna wants to focus on cooking the next day.
Right, yeah.
But I like opening presents around the Christmas tree. I like sitting there, getting pictures. Like I will be uploading pictures of me and Donna on Facebook at Christmas,
Mm.
and and I like having. You got to have Yorkshire puddings and stuffing,
Oh God,
right?
yeah.
I've got to have that. Even though stuffing and Yorkshire puddings are not normally in America, I get Donna to make it now every year because it's like a tradition for me.
Yeah.
You know, they want to have ham. To me, ham isn't Christmas.
No, you got to have your proper. I think because they have Thanksgiving, they don't have. They've already had the turkey kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, they didn't have turkey then either.
Oh really?
No, it's me. I'm the one who has to fight for the turkey because I'm like, I need turkey. Turkey to me is Christmas.
Yeah.
So Donna's doing that.
Right. Yeah.
And what we do is we eat together, or I eat after her and her mum have because her mum obviously has problems with me. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, singing, going out, looking at the weather, feeling the cold bitterness on my bum cheeks. I love that in the morning.
Must be even better where you are now because of the snow and stuff in
Yeah.
Seattle. So.
I wish it would snow so I could just do ridiculous singing. You
Yeah.
know? It's like New Year's. You know, in New Year's in England, everybody used to smash things together, and over here that doesn't happen. New Year's, Donna's in bed by 10, so I end up sitting up going, Happy
Yeah.
New Year to myself, you know?
I have that on, because I've never been invited to any New Year's parties and that, and come midnight, I'm just sat there going, yay, with the dog and stuff. It's just like Happy New Year.
You know what? You should make your own party, right?
Yeah.
Make a webcam party, right? And then shout things out on the thing like this. Happy New Year! My mum used to make me smash pots together as a kid.
Oh, right, yeah.
We lived in a block of flats. So you can guess how great that was.
Oh,
Shut
God.
up down there. Well,
Yeah.
you know, I said to
Well,
Don,
everybody above you would be making noise, and you're just like, oh, shut up.
every year what I do is I go outside now at 12, I shout, Happy New Year! Even though
Mm.
everybody's asleep. So I'm hoping I'll wake them up this year. But I'm like, why? I'm like, how can you be asleep when it's nearly New Year?
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
this is the thing. Even when I was living with my family, my mum would go to bed at like 10 o'clock or something, and I'd sit up, and my sister would be off in her room, and my dad would just be sat there drinking in front of the TV and that. And it's just like, okay, this isn't the whole. And you see it on TV where everybody's linking arms and, for old acquaintances and all that stuff, and it's just like, great.
Hell, it's worse in America. They dropped the ball in New York.
Oh
And,
yeah, you've got the whole. Of course, you
yeah,
don't have Dick Clark's dead now, but it used to be for the longest time, wasn't it? It was Dick Clark's
yeah,
New
yeah.
Year.
They used to drop the ball down and used to go, yeah. I hate when you see the people around the Millennium Wheel.
Yeah,
Millennium Eye. And
yeah.
they're all going, yeah. And they go, you can't have this and we do you. They're like, yeah.
It's
Oh,
when you
and
see all these people kissing and all that. It's just like, oh, great.
you should go. You might get a random kiss and I might just go, whoa, blah, blah,
You
blah.
just random kiss.
You know, know your luck, be like a 90-year-old man going, oh,
Yeah, yeah.
and slobbering and
No,
stuff.
you see, that's the problem. Knowing my luck, nobody would, and then I'd feel even more depressed. So I wouldn't want that.
Well, I remember younger seeing these things where people would kiss. I
Yeah.
just keep thinking, oh, if I stand by these people, some might kiss me. You know? Being a little boy, not realising that would be inappropriate at the time.
Yeah.
You know, for a full adult woman to grab hold of me and start kissing me. All right? You know, it's so naive when you're a kid sometimes. And I remember always going to my mum, why doesn't anyone want to hug me or kiss me on New Year's? And she'd go, when you're older, they will. Well, when I was old, it still didn't happen. You
Yeah.
know, I always wish my mum Happy New Year because obviously it's 8 hours behind or 8 hours
Yeah.
ahead of us,
Yeah.
which is so
So
weird.
you're up kind of when she's celebrating midnight kind of thing.
Yeah, so I get to celebrate two technically,
Yeah.
but you know it's gonna be a bit weird this year because no one's in the mood for it because my nan and that.
No, that's the problem. Do you know
But
when a funeral and stuff is?
I think it's gonna be on my birthday.
Oh, jolly.
Yeah, that's gonna be great. I've been asking, questions about it and stuff, and nobody
Yeah.
seems to really want to tell me anything. Um,
Mm.
don't get me wrong, it probably because I'm upset and stuff, but
Yeah.
it does
Yeah,
make
but
me a
it's
little bit.
difficult because you're not there and stuff. It's even more difficult in a way for you because you've got no control over what's
Yeah.
going on, like back home kind of
Well,
thing.
one of the problems is my cousin Mark said that they're going to be doing an autopsy on my nan. And I was like, why would they do an autopsy when she's in hospital? My dad then told me that they're not making an autopsy on her, and I'm like, this is all going back and forth here.
Yeah, it's
Like,
like,
Mark said he wants to get rid of the kitten. Yeah, he said, I don't want to get rid of the kitten. They want me to get rid of the kitten. So I'm just like, ugh.
yeah.
Then I asked my mum to invite him over for Christmas dinner because he's on his own.
Yeah.
And he turned it down. And get this. One of the carers of my nan, who'd only been looking after for like a month or two, I invited him round for Christmas dinner. Right? And I'm like, that's a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah, just,
Right? So I think he's tempted to go there instead of playing around my mum's, which probably would be better for him.
yeah.
You know? But that's family, that's the way it
That's,
goes.
yeah, the joys of family.
Am I upset my nan's gone? Yeah. Am I really can't bear it? No. Because I feel like she had to go at this period. And I
It was
felt
better
like
than stringing it
yeah.
out kind of thing.
Well, the problem was she wasn't herself. Like I've told her, boy, she was like a shell of herself, and
Yeah.
you know, I'm
She was in
glad she's
pain and stuff.
yeah, I'm glad she's gone. I'm glad she's with my granddad. She's probably partying up then right now, you
Yeah,
know.
exactly. She's got the drink and stuff.
No, she's probably out there right now going,
But that's the thing. It's like, even though how botched up, my family was and stuff, it's funny how I think that I've kind of continued some traditions, like regarding
yeah,
Christmas. Like, we always got up first thing Christmas morning, me and my sister. But my parents, they would insist that we would have to eat breakfast first before we opened any presents.
Oh, my grandma
And
was that way.
my parents, I'd have like the fried breakfast. As I got older, I'd have like the fried breakfast with them. But they had like tinned tomatoes and mushrooms and all the other stuff that I didn't have. So I'd finish a lot sooner than then. And me and my sister are sat there going, we want to open presents, we want to open presents, let's open them. And even now, I still do that. Even though I'm here on my own, I will not open any presents until after I've had my fried breakfast. So,
Well, talk about tradition, right? And talk about, like family.
yeah.
When I was younger, a lot like you, except it was with like your family. Me and my mum and my dad would go around my grandma's,
Right, yeah.
and she wouldn't let us open the presents till after dinner,
Right, all right. Oh,
and
wow.
they'd be on the floor, right,
Oh, yeah.
in front of us, and we'd be like, "Come on, let us open them."
You're just sat there looking at them.
And we'd constantly be told, "No, you can't open them."
Yeah.
We'd touch them, we'd shake them, we'd look them. You can't open them.
We weren't even allowed to touch them. It was just like, just look at them and that's all you could do.
Oh, never were we. But my mum used to say, "Go on, kids, just touch them a little bit."
All
To
right,
make
yeah.
yourself feel better. So our best Christmases were with my cousin Sean.
All right, yeah.
Because what would happen is I'd go with my grandma's, he'd be there, and we'd go upstairs and play in the bedroom
Yeah.
and talk.
All right.
While everybody else was downstairs. When he wasn't there, I ended up downstairs sitting there bored witless for like 8 hours. But
Mm.
so we used to do that. My grandma in her later life, before she passed on, because she passed on like 8 years ago,
All right, yeah.
she stopped wrapping things up. She just put them in bags and just went, "Here
All
you
right,
go."
yeah. A lot
So
easier.
it didn't make it as good as it was.
No.
But then I think as you get older, I think slowly Christmas goes from being this really excellent thing to being a very realistic thing. You know?
It is, as I said, this year I'm really not feeling it. It feels like it's just appeared out of nowhere, and I love Christmas normally, and don't get me wrong, I just know Christmas Eve night I will probably not be able to sleep, which is silly because I'm not. I know I'm not getting many presents and stuff like that, but there's that little child instilled inside me that still gets excited, kind of thing.
Well, I'm the same way. When I was younger, I used to get so excited. I couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
My mum, this can make me sound really sad. Up until I was 18, my mum used to make me go round her, sleep on the sofa, and she'd fill a stocking up for me and pretend to be Santa still.
All right, yeah.
That's right. 18, so that shows how sad I am.
Oh,
Right?
that's not bad.
Maybe a little bit, I go around my mum to get her to do that for me, it's a little bit. But anyway, so one day I saw Santa Claus. I was a kid, and I saw Santa Claus out the window,
Right,
and he was a dwarf, right?
right.
And he was like this big, right? This must have been a train, right?
Peter Dinklage.
Yeah, it was. And he said to me, "If you wake up and see me again, you'll never get Christmas presents anymore," right?
Oh dear. Yeah.
And I was scared witless, and I was like this, and I'd be like, "Please sleep, please sleep."
Please sleep.
Now, that couldn't have happened. That must have been a dream.
Yeah.
Right? But
Yeah.
it scared me so witless. And I never forget when I really thought that Father Christmas, Santa Claus, whatever you want to say, I remember thinking, wow, because I remember seeing my mum's big bum, because my mum was, overweight.
Right, yeah.
At the time, she had this massive bum, right? I remember waking up halfway in the night, seeing this bum in like these purple trousers moving along, right? And
Yeah.
I was like, I'm sure my mum wore them earlier, but 'cause my mum used to take the stocking into the bedroom, fill it
Right,
up,
yeah.
then bring it out and put it back while I was asleep.
Yeah.
And she always used to put like a bear or something at the top.
Right, yeah.
Well, it was just an amazing, amazing time. So yeah, she kept doing that, and then as I got older, I realised that as you get older, people start giving you stuff you don't really want.
Yeah.
like
Or they
soap.
don't think of you. Yeah, oh, so it was
Like,
soaps and bathroom stuff are the
yeah,
worst stuff. There's nothing personal about that. I like that when I get stuff that people have thought about it, like it's something that you would particularly
yeah,
want, you know.
yeah. Like, for instance, it's like if this, what's this? Oh, hello. Alex says, well, because it's not yours, you must take it off now live.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he wants
play
to
some
say.
music for me.
Oh, da 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 da. And
Is it?
what's this?
Woo! Oops.
Oh, oh, look, she's doing it.
Oh no. Hang on.
You've got your wish, Alex. She's lost it.
The closest you're gonna get. There you go.
Oh, and you got a shot of the bum too.
Oh
Let's
dear.
have a look.
That was a blooper if ever there was one.
And Kelly says, Tash, you look fantastic. And Malcolm is the hunkiest Santa on YouTube. All I'm going to say to that is, you know it.
Oh yeah, damn straight. It's
uh,
like you don't even need to say it. It's
yeah,
just a fact.
it's there. I've got some big ball action going on down here, you see? Big
I was gonna say it's dangling.
but yeah, so my Christmas one would be this. I'd go to bed, I'd wake up at 4 a.m., pull out my stocking, and I'd go to the living room and I'd have all these presents.
Right.
But would be, by the tree.
Yeah.
I'd wake my mum up. Obviously, I was a kid at the time. I'd be like, Mummy, 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 Mummy. I'm going to sleep. No, Mummy,
Yeah.
And she'd come out and she'd watch me and do it, and she'd be really excited. And I was pretty excited. I'm like, oh, you got me this. You got me this. And now, when I open presents, I'm like, oh, I really like that. But I feel like I can almost buy everything I want to buy. So it doesn't feel the same. When you're a kid, you get what your parents give you most of the time.
Yeah.
So it's more exciting because you're like, oh, am I going to get, like, for instance, let's say Chicago PD, right?
Yeah.
Well, as a kid, I want to be able to buy that. So if my dad had bought it, I'd be like, oh, I've got Chicago PD. Now, it's like, oh, I can buy Chicago PD, I can buy any of this stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it takes away from that amazing feeling you get Christmas and your birthdays.
It's like when you get vouchers and stuff like that. In a way, it's nice. I mean, so like if I get given, as I've had done even for birthdays, like a Tesco voucher, I can that'll help me towards buying my food for the week, or I can buy a DVD or game or something there. But at the same time, it's just like, well, then you might as well have given me money that I could spend anywhere, and then that feels lazy because that's not had thought put into it, if you know what I mean. It's just like, oh, let's just give you like I asked my mum for money because I knew then I could just spend it on whatever.
Yeah.
And she put money direct in my account, so there's nothing for me to unwrap. I love unwrapping stuff. The thing is what I need to explain is my dad didn't have much to do with his family, and my mum's side are Jehovah's Witnesses, so they do not celebrate Christmas.
Interesting.
So I grew up with it just being the four of us kind of thing, sharing presents and stuff. So and because I didn't have friends and that, it's like now for me to have friends that give me presents and stuff, to be able to unwrap stuff is a big deal for me. And it sounds really silly, but it's a big deal for me to be able to unwrap something because I feel like there's some thought gone into it or something like that. So to then just get given money, which I do find useful and I can spend on whatever, there's something more to just be able to rip it open and have under the tree kind of thing.
This is the problem. I feel like when people give you money, they're giving you money for what you've bought them.
Yeah, exactly.
Like for instance, my mum last year, she gave me £37 for my Christmas and for my birthday. Separately, like 37.
Yeah.
This year, she said to me, oh, we'll give you 20 quid. And I went, that's 17 quid less. Yeah. Oh, B, appreciate what you get. And I'm sitting there like...
It's like I sent my sister a cheque for money. She sent me a cheque for money, and they were the same amount, so it essentially cancelled each other out. So it was like, well, that was pointless.
Essentially, you're like, let's just rip up the cheques, just keep what we got.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, my dad...
Save on postage.
My dad, he gives me nothing for Christmas now I'm older, or my birthday. Always says he's going to, but never does.
No.
My cousin done. My cousin bought me something once. Because I bought him the Big Massive Always Sunny in Philadelphia, so he bought me Saints Row 3.
All right. Yeah.
But other than that, nobody really buys me anything.
Mm.
You know? I mean, I was
No,
lucky.
exactly.
I've been lucky this year, obviously.
Yeah.
And I'm happy with what I get because I appreciate people think of me.
Yeah.
But when your family don't really bother, you do get a bit,
No. Yeah.
you know.
Exactly.
But
It's silly. It's like I got last year. I got. It sounds really pathetic, but I got given by casual friends, if you will. I got like the friends, but not people that I like regularly hang out with or stuff like that.
yeah,
That sounds really pervy, but you know what I mean.
it sounds like
Um.
some sort of group sex bar place.
Yeah.
We don't hang about a lot. They're associates,
I
but I
know
go there.
them. Yeah, I know them like through other friends, and I'm friendly with them and that. But they're
Yeah.
not people that I have like regular contact. It sounds.
A regular
If they
contact with, eh?
see this, honestly, that sounds so awful. If they see this, I put the link up on Facebook and that, and if they see this, they'll be like, "Well, aren't we friends?"
Oh, no.
Um, we are friends, honestly. But what I mean is, they're not people that you spend loads of money on. If like that you
Yeah.
would expect to spend money on you and stuff like that. Anyway, I got given this little K9 keyring.
Oh.
And it sounds so sad, but I was so happy. It was something that spoke to me, if you know
Yeah.
what I mean. And that's what I'm saying. It's something personal. It can be something so simple as that you're
Yeah.
just like, I feel like I was thought of, as opposed to something like bath stuff or
Well,
whatever,
the
or a
thing.
Tesco voucher. It's
This
like,
is the thing. Somebody could give me a little ninja figure that costs like 50p.
yeah,
But
yeah,
because it's something that I'd like, it means
yeah,
more than soap.
yeah, exactly. It's
One Christmas, right? Now this is going to be
yeah,
very embarrassing. One Christmas, I used to talk to women online all the time before I met
right,
Donna.
yeah.
And one woman said, "I'm going to send you a present." She sent me a flashlight sex toy.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
And I remember getting it. I didn't know what it was until I opened the package, and she said, "Open it on the cam." So I
Yeah,
said, "Okay," and I was like, "What the hell?" Right? And she
yeah.
went, "Oh, you can let me see you use that." Right? And I went, "I'm not using that." Right?
No,
And later on I did on my own. Right? And I didn't like it. So I
yeah,
threw it away. But the point was, it was one of those things I was like, why would anybody send me a sex toy?
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
It's a bit creepy to
it's
get.
very creepy. Yeah,
As a man, I had to investigate it a little bit.
yeah.
But
Well, you
then I
don't know
thought,
where it's been or that, do you, as well?
oh, no, it was brand new. It was sealed and
It
everything.
was all sealed. Okay.
Yeah,
It's still weird to
it
get
was
that
weird.
thing
Yeah,
from.
I've always thought, don't get me wrong, I understand why people buy them,
Yeah,
but I've always been one of those people that's like, sex toys are for women,
yeah,
not for men.
yeah, yeah,
I know it
yeah.
sounds a bit sexist, but I've always been
No,
like,
I get what you mean. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, I'm a bit like when you think of it, you think, oh well, women get them all.
yeah,
It's a bit creepy when you think about a man using one.
yeah,
I want to be with a woman. Like, I want to be with Donna. I don't want to
yeah.
be,
You don't want to be playing with your butt, or
okay, you think of some weird stuff. Think about me playing my bum. Okay. Um, okay.
see,
No,
that's
but,
why
no,
that's why I put lipstick on my cheeks to cover blushing.
no. But, I mean, I'd rather be with Donna than be with a
Yeah,
flashlight thing. So it was a
yeah,
bit creepy.
exactly. Yeah,
But this was before I met Donna anyway. But, yeah, it
yeah,
was
yeah.
probably one of the weirdest presents I got for Christmas.
Do you know what the best thing you ever got is?
Uh, you have to give me a minute to think about that because I have to think about 26 years.
I was gonna say that's a big. I was trying to. You know what? It's because it was something I was thinking about earlier, and I was like, I don't know, because different stages in your life and stuff, different things mean different things to you.
Oh,
So.
I know one thing. The 9-in-1 table I got one Christmas.
Oh, was it one of
Um,
those games,
yeah,
the air hockey and the
yeah, with the
foosball and
air
stuff?
hockey,
Yeah,
the foosball, the pole.
yeah. I
We
always
had,
wanted one of those.
yeah, we got one, and I used to play with my mum. And my mum and me used to play it. And I used to win pool championships.
Oh yeah,
I used to be a real good pool player, and I remember I used to win like your championship thing, like trophy,
Yeah.
going against adults, not kids.
Yeah.
And it was one of those times where I remember going and I remember people saying to me, you can't enter this. And I was like, why not? And they said, because you're too young. And my mum went, let him enter. He's not going to drink or anything, but you might as well let him enter because it'll be fun.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things to win was whoever, played them all the quickest.
Yeah.
And it was incredible. I felt like time slowed down. This was at Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Time had slowed down. I was only like 12, right?
Yeah.
And I beat like 15 full-grown men.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was just so fantastic. But I remember winning, going, thank you, I got 200 quid, right? And then my mum taking it and spending it on stuff she wanted. And going, oh, you get a fiver's worth of presents. And I'm like, but my best present's probably the 9-in-1 table and probably, let's say, my first TV.
Oh, right, yeah. Was it like a portable or a big one?
It was, remember the old style TVs?
Yeah.
It was a 14-inch black TV. Right?
More like a back this deep.
Yeah. And I remember at the time, it was the most beautiful thing going. And if I think about it perfectly, that's probably what really started off my movie phase, because I got the TV and then I had the 3 Die Hard movies.
Oh, right, yeah.
And I remember exactly what I got that day. I got a couple of Mask VHSs, from the animated series.
Oh, yeah.
I got like 3 Mask toys.
Oh, nice.
The Die Hard movies, 1, 2, and 3. The first game, you remember the trilogy game?
Yeah.
And the TV.
Oh, right, yeah.
And a VHS player. And I remember putting them in and watching them in my bedroom. I remember thinking, this is incredible. This is the best thing ever. Because I'd watched it on my mum's, but I felt like I was becoming a man because I had my own TV.
You had your own,
And what people don't realise is after time when parents get for it, it's because they don't want you watching it on NES.
Yeah.
And it was just amazing. It was just an incredible time.
Oh, I remember when I first had my first TV, and like you say, and we kind of had it where, to have my own room with my TV, and like you say, to then be able to play your own games or your own videos and stuff like that on it was amazing opportunity kind of thing. But
we've got a couple of comments before you carry on.
Oh.
Alex says, Tash, you just admitted to being a swinger. Hey, does it really surprise anyone? It didn't surprise me.
I don't know. You know what? I had a funny story. It was I don't know if you've heard of Russell Howard's Good News.
I've heard of Russell Howard, but not Good News thing.
He does this TV show where he takes the mickey out of some of the news articles of the week and stuff. And there was this one story where apparently there was some devout Christians. I had to laugh because a good base of my friends are all devout Christians. Apparently there was these devout Christians in America that wanted to share their love of God with other people by swinging.
Wow.
I was like, wow, that's...
Where were these people?
This is in America.
Oh, it's in America.
Whereabouts. I was just like, yeah.
It's probably in somewhere like Texas or something.
I said to my friend Elwin, who's a big Christian, and I said, so is this something that I should know about, hanging out with you guys? And she was like, no.
We've got one more comment. Hey, Tash and Malcolm, Merry Christmas to you both from Jimmy Richards.
Merry Christmas, Jimmy, and Merry Christmas to everyone else watching.
And Merry Christmas to all of you, too. Go on.
Sorry.
Go on.
No, I was just going to say, I think that's the thing, like I said, different stages of your life. Like, I could say the NES was my favourite Christmas present ever, because that was the first console that I got, and with the TV, to then go and play this on my own and just, to do that was, it was something else to, escapism and stuff like that. But the funniest thing is then I could also say DVD player, because that was an amazing
Yeah.
experience to change from VHS to, and I think the first ever DVDs I had were like Stuart Little, Sixth Sense, and I can't remember the other one, but and I remember there was a problem with the SCART lead fix-up and that, so we thought there was something because the picture was really bad on the TV. And we're like, wow, this is really bad quality.
No, I know what that was. That was because you were seeing dead people.
Oh, yeah, I was totally, yeah, exactly. I was just seeing through the lines of the scenes. But actually, I think as a kid, one of my favourite things that I got, it sounds really, really sad. There used to be these things called boglins.
Yeah.
And they were these puppets, like full-size, like hand puppet kind of things, and they were really icky looking and stuff like that. But you could move their mouths, and you could also move their eyes, and their eyes like glowed in the dark.
Yeah.
And me and my sister got one each, and they came in their own like cages, like crates.
Oh, nice.
And I really want to get mine. Unfortunately, deteriorated with age a bit, but and I don't know what happened to it. But I really want to get it again because I really love that. And I just remember as a kid, that was one of that sounds so sad. You know, this little girl that, you know, she'd been given dolls and everything like that, but give her a monster puppet and she's happy.
Oh, nice.
But I love that. But the thing is as I got older, the X-Files box sets were extortionate. You know, DVDs, they were like £90, £100. So my mum would get them off catalogue, and they would be the only things that I'd get, kind of thing, because it was too much to buy anything else. Or the other thing is in the Gene Pitney fan club, they used to do VHSs. And I would be eager to get them, but they were like £25. And of course, I'd just say to my parents, can I just have that for birthday or Christmas? So unfortunately, as I got older, stuff got a little more, like, not as much as like when you're a kid and you get given all these little things. But it's weird when you think of what you got given and stuff.
Well,
isn't it?
it's like you said, you know, there's different stages of your life when it comes to stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I remember getting the Sega Master Systems.
Yeah.
And as I got older, they didn't matter until I appreciated them again as I got older, even more older.
Yeah.
And I remember all the stuff, like, people give me calendars for Christmas.
Yeah.
And as much as a kid, as I was like, oh, yeah, I got a wrestling calendar. Then you get older, you go, that was a bit of a lazy gift to get you, wasn't it? You know? But
you don't mind when it's personal. Like, people know you like wrestling, so you don't mind. But it's like a couple of years ago, I got given a wolf one, and I loved that to bits. It was beautiful. But like you say, sometimes it can feel lazy because it's like, well, I could go buy that myself in the new year for cheap or something.
yeah, you could buy it for like £4 when the you know, and when it's like January.
Yeah, exactly.
Every year when I lived in England, I used to buy 2 calendars. I used to buy the male wrestler one and the female one. Right?
Yeah.
Now that I'm married, I can't do that. I can only have this. Look, this is a big difference. This. Oh,
You can't have the calendar girl one.
No, I can't have the calendar girl one. Well, there's calendar girl, I guess, but you know.
Oh yeah, that's the closest she'll get. She was a bit like Mara Wilson. That's right.
A little bit, but yeah, I can't do it anymore because technically it's disrespectful to my wife. But
yeah, it's understandable, but bloody being having people.
Yeah, I used to have when I was in England. I used to have these banner things for female wrestlers. That's how sad I was.
No.
And after I got done, I just threw them away.
Yeah.
You know, because I didn't need them, did I? You know, that's why I see it. But yeah, it's my second Christmas with Donna this year, so that's nice.
That'd be nice, yeah. Making your own traditions together, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, technically we've had 3 together.
Yeah.
You know, but one was while I was in England.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's nice. I like it. It's just, I just don't. The Christmas spirit is there, but it just isn't. You know, you just.
No, that's the thing. Like I say, normally I love Christmas, but this year I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's I'm getting older or what. But I know a number of like my mate Donna and that. They're all like, yeah, it's just seems to have appeared out of nowhere. There's not been any real. And then all of a sudden, the next thing you know, you're hearing all the 'songs and stuff, and you're just like, yeah, whatever. And I normally love Christmas songs, but I'm just like, yeah, whatever.
Oh, we've got a couple of questions, Tash.
I,
When do you think the next generation of consoles will be released, and do you think another company will release them? Or
mm,
release one? Well, I can answer that right now. The PS5 is coming out in, let's see, what's the year now? 2004. It's coming out in 2021.
oh, you reckon?
Yeah, I do reckon, because if you look at consoles, the average time they move up and go to the next one is 5 to 7 years. Right?
Yeah,
That's the average time.
yeah,
So I reckon the PS5 will come out. I reckon the graphics will be basically people walking on the screen.
yeah, yeah. It'll all be motion capture and stuff. Yeah,
Because the closest thing now that gets better graphics is by actually having people in there and having real settings.
yeah,
And I think that's what we're getting to. Because when you watch things like Grand Theft Auto 5 and stuff like that, you can see that's coming.
yeah. Oh, well, even stuff like LA Noire on the PS3, you know.
That's a good example as well, of the motion capture and everything.
Yeah.
They tried doing it in the old Mortal Kombat games and stuff with what they had. But
Yeah.
to get what we want, because, I mean, but then after that, what are we going to do? Once they have real life people in the game kind of thing,
Yeah.
what are they going to do next?
Exactly.
I mean, I remember being a kid and getting a PlayStation 1 going, oh, graphics can't get better than this.
Yeah.
And then get the PS2 going, graphics can't be better than this. PS3.
I know, yeah, exactly. And then you look back at the previous gen and you're like, wow, that was really rubbish. But then you still enjoy it on some level. And like you say, it's just like...
But I do think another console's going to be brought out. Because technically, we've got that new one come from the, what they call that Alienware one. Which is
Not
like
the Oculus Rift.
no, there's another one. It's Alienware. Is it that? Where it's like stream based, but it's in a console.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I think I've seen that. I don't know what it's called, but I don't think it's Alienware because that's a PC. So.
No, they've got a console coming out.
Oh, they've got a console. Oh, okay.
I'm sure it is because I remember seeing the logo.
Ah.
But I don't want streaming. I don't want streaming games. I want games on a disc.
Yeah.
So what about you? When do you think the new system's going to come
Well,
out?
I would have said about 2019, so I wouldn't have been far off from when you said. Because like you say, it's normally about... Because I remember when I got my PS3 on release, and that was, what, 2007? And at that time, they were like, oh, the PS4 will be coming out in 2014 or whatever it was. And everybody was like, oh, that's not far away. And actually, it is. It doesn't sound that long away, but actually, it is a long time. So it does seem to be around that 7-year, kind of 8-year mark. So,
It does.
but I think we've got Project Morpheus coming out for the PS4 soon. The virtual reality headset thing.
Oh dear.
So I guess there is going to be. We are constantly making new computers and stuff like that, and I think even when we get to the point of seeing real people in games, we'll still be finding new ways to then implement more compact versions of computers and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think, everybody sees these futuristic movies and goes, oh, that's never going to happen and stuff, but I don't think we're as far off from it. I've said it before. I don't think we're as far off from it as people think we are. Because you look at how much has changed in just the last 10, 15 years.
I don't like headset things. I don't like this whole going to virtual reality.
No, yeah.
Because people get addicted to it and then they end up messing up their whole lives. And I
can't draw the line between reality and...
it's bad enough with ones that you click on the computer, like Second Life and stuff. Those things, they're great, but they're crap and all. And people who want to go from their real life into a virtual world, and then that virtual world becomes their world, they lose out on so much in their real life.
Yeah, exactly.
I know this because as a kid I was stuck in them all the time,
Yeah.
And they take up your life. You get up, you go on them, you go to bed, get up, you go in them, and you've got nothing going on. None of it's real.
No.
I tell people all the time, most of the time when you talk to people online, it's not real. They don't care. They've got no sense of who you are. All they care about is what you do for them.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah.
And a lot of people forget that, so they end up getting addicted to the whole thing, and
Yeah,
then they
they,
come
they,
up.
they find themselves sucked into this, like, doing everything for the other person or whatever, and don't realise that actually they're just being used, or,
Yeah. And then they come crashing down, and then it's the end of their world when the world should never existed in the first place.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
okay, we've got a question from Jimmy Richards, which
Yeah.
is going to be funny, and this is it. Are you going to get Assassin's Creed Rogue, or do you only play PS4 games now?
Yes, I got Assassin's Creed Rogue in the Black Friday deals, as we talked about last week. Was it last week?
And that was the week after, this week before.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Bloody hell,
Um,
time goes quick.
it just goes. Yeah, I can't believe that. This is our sixth installment. That's.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I got it, and as I said, it's essentially DLC. It's just an addition to bloody Black Flag, and it does feel like playing number 3 and Black Flag again. So I've not gotten far through it, but
I want to get Rogue, obviously.
yeah.
I've seen good things about it. I looked at the trophy list. There's no online trophies.
Oh, is it not? I didn't
No.
really.
So I want to buy it because my account has got nearly
Because you can
every
get your
Assassin's
platinum.
Creed. My Assassin's Creed thing on my thing has got nearly every single one platted except for Revelations.
Yeah.
So I need to plat. I need to plat Black Flag now. I need to plat Unity. And I need to plat Rogue.
Yeah.
But
I platted Unity before Malcolm. La 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 la.
well,
He bet me. He said, "I bet I'll beat you to platinum, getting platinum on." And I saw that as a challenge, and I kind of.
you know what? To be fair, just to make myself not look so bad,
Yeah.
I
You did
did
have
have
to replay it.
yes, I had to restart the game, and before I restarted it, I was at 70%. So
Yeah.
now I'm at like 50%. But you know, Tash beat me to the plat. So
I just
well
had to.
done.
You know what? I did. You know what? I did it while I was playing. I was voice chatting with Donna at the time, and I was like, "Oh, I gotta do this. I got this." I was trying to do the Helix mission bonus business, and I was like, "I platted," and I'm like whispering. She was like, "Oh, thank you for not shouting down."
Well done. That's your first one on it on the PS4.
On the PS4, yeah, and especially a game like Assassin's Creed, you don't expect to kind of platinum it, do you? Because, like you say, so many of them now are the multiplayer.
Well, you know, that's why I like the co-op. I'm hoping they stick with the co-op
Yeah. Well,
because
you know, that 6.7 gig recent update was totally worth it, considering we ended up with even more glitches. So.
well, the good thing about it is once you complete the game, if you don't want to play it, you can uninstall the game and just keep the trophy thing.
Yeah,
That's
just keep the trophies.
you know, because that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I mean, like, last night I downloaded Hotline Miami
All right. Yeah.
because it was only $3 in their sale, so I thought, why not? I heard so many things about it,
Yeah.
and that's got a plat on it and all. So I was
Oh,
like,
really?
ooh, yeah, I was like, oh, I'll do that. So I was like this. Oh, I downloaded Sleeping Dogs.
All right.
Now I played on the PS3
And you
years
already
ago.
played it? Yeah.
I played it on the PS3 for a few years ago.
Yeah.
But this was the definitive edition, and I thought, why not just buy it on there for $3 instead of buying it in the shop? I've got the credit on there for when they give me the refund.
Oh, yeah.
And it's got all the DLC in it, like Year of the Snake, North Point, whatever, and all this stuff. So I'm sitting there, and I put it on, and Dawson with me, and I'm laughing, I'm crying, I'm running people off of bikes, I'm just laughing as I'm shooting people in the head.
Oh,
And
you
I'm
do,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, this is awesome. Again. And I've been so addicted to it, but I'm already at like 45% trophies.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to play some more tonight. But yeah, I thought, because I'm trying to get games that are single player or games that are multiplayer that I know I can do with people.
Yeah. Well, I looked up, when I was in game last week, I did inquire how much Sniper Elite was, and they had it for like 28 quid used, so I wasn't prepared to pay that at the time, but it's nice to know that they've got it second hand kind of thing. So.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's all right.
Well, I'm curious to see what I get for Christmas, see what Santa brings me for...
Oh, I know what he's bringing you. He's bringing you pictures of me going like this.
Yeah, doing your step-up pose.
Yeah.
Well, I'm doing my movie and night Christmases, aren't I, at the moment? So
Yeah, I noticed you started uploading videos again.
yeah, and I'm now doing Christmas movies for this week. So
Ooh, you know, originally I was gonna try and do some Christmas movies, you know, before I got ill.
yeah,
But because I've been ill, I haven't done it, and I think I will review Jingle All the Way because I was asked to do that.
yeah.
And probably maybe what else was there? Maybe Elf or something. I don't know.
Oh, I've got those
Uh,
two this week. So
oh, you're gonna review Jingle All the Way, are you?
I'm doing Santa Claus the movie tonight.
Oh,
I'm doing Scrooged tomorrow. And then Jingle All the Way. Christmas Day will be National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation because that's my, like we were saying about traditions. I
yeah.
grew up with Christmas Vacation being my dad's favourite Christmas movie, and we would watch it all the time. And since I moved down here, I've always tried. I don't know why, but it's just one of those things that I've always done. Like Christmas morning has always been as I'm eating my breakfast. Like I watch like Home
Yeah.
Alone, Christmas Vacation, and like Die Hard or Muppets Christmas
Yeah.
Carol thing.
I was going to review Die Hard,
Yeah,
and I couldn't find it in my collection. I know I own it
yeah.
because it's a Christmas movie technically.
It is, yeah, technically, and the second one is as well. My only problem is I want to do, if I'm doing something like Die Hard, I want to do them all together, like I did
Yeah.
with Terminator, and I'm not prepared to do all the movies and take up time, when I can get to them later on or something. So
Whatever you do, don't do number 5.
no, I don't think I even own number 5. So
Good. Don't buy it.
I've seen it. I saw it on like Sky Movies or something, but that was rubbish. But it's totally a Christmas movie. But yeah, no. So I'm doing a string of. I did my first movie and night review back because I've been trying to do The Magnificent Seven for like a week, and I would keep sitting down to watch it, and I'd watch like 10, 15 minutes and just go, I'm not getting into this. I'm not in the mood for. And I thought if I finished watching the movie, I'm not in the mood for reviewing it. If you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
it took me like a week to finally do it, and by the time I did it on Saturday, I was like, we're getting to that time now where it'd be good to do Christmas movies now because they're not the kind of thing that you feel like watching like in
Yeah.
August or something. So
Well, I might do that. I might do.
that'd be a good idea.
Next year, I'm going to do Halloween and Christmas movies.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah.
Yeah, you like that? I got that idea from someone on YouTube.
Yeah. Stealing again.
I'm stealing.
Well, that's why my first one on Sunday was Nightmare Before Christmas because I thought that's like Halloween
yeah.
and Christmas. I thought it's in between, and Donna kind of looked at me and went, "Well, it's not very Christmassy." I was like, "Yeah, but that's the idea because we've technically not started Christmas week yet." I was like, "This is Sunday." I thought it was a nice start up kind of thing. So.
Well, I'm probably going to do a couple of Christmas movies, but I'm not going to do all of them.
You have a favourite one, or?
Yeah, I would probably say Jingle All the Way is my favourite.
Yeah.
That movie always affects me right in the heart. It always makes me cry because
it gives you the feels.
It always makes me want to. It always makes me wish my dad was that way.
Yeah, exactly. Me too.
And it always made me wish I could have said my dad was my hero. My dad's a great man in his own ways.
Yeah.
But I always wish that he could have been like Arnie, going out of his way to get that thing, and then him being dressed up as Turbo Man,
Yeah.
something like that, and then beating the evil guys trying to get off with my mum, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I love that, but that never happened. But only
I have the same thing though. You see these people going on about how much they look up to their parents and stuff like that, or and especially like their dads and stuff like that, and I'm just like, I can't do that, and it makes me even more sad because it's just like you don't have that role model. Not that I don't love my family any less, but I'm just saying there's nothing there for me to aspire to in a way, if you know what I mean. It's like everybody because of the day I've had in that, they've all been like, oh, sit down, have a drink and stuff like that, and I don't drink, and it just makes me feel I'm not going to be like my family, kind of thing.
Sit down, have a drink, put on a TV show and curl up on the sofa.
Yeah, yeah, don't bother about the chat, just,
Yeah, don't bother about that, there's no commitment there at all. Just get on the sofa, put
Yeah.
on a film.
No, but I don't like that whole thing that you've got to drink. You know, and that's my family's excuse. Bad stuff happens, let's drink. And I'm just like, you don't need to do that. So.
Are you sure they meant alcoholic drink?
Well, they could have not. They could have not meant, but you know, I think it just in my head that alcohol. Don't get me wrong. Come Christmas Day, I will have a glass of Malibu and Coke. But
Oh, you'll be having a Malibu with Adam, will you?
well, yeah.
You know, me on Christmas Day, I don't. My tradition was always to have Dr. Pepper.
Oh yeah.
You know, I'm not good with alcohol. When I have alcohol, I
No.
get crazy.
All right. Yeah.
You know, I start threatening people. I start punching people in the face. I start laughing and stripping, and not good times. You know, don't
Yeah.
ever get me in. Don't ever get me in real life around people drunk.
Right. Yeah.
That's why I don't do it.
Yeah.
Another reason I don't do it is because everybody says, Mel, when you don't do it, you're highly unstable. And the last time you did that, you were flashing your thing in men's faces, and you were going, you want some of this? And,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know why I'm talking about this. I need to stop right now. But
Yeah.
it's just
I
really,
know,
really.
yeah, but it is that kind of thing where people just expect you to get pished and stuff, you know, for Christmas. It's like, yeah.
Well, you know, I mean, I never understand why people have to drink on Christmas. I mean, I
Yeah.
can understand one glass or maybe two, you
Yeah.
know. But when people get drunk, I'm just like, what's the point? At the end of the day, you're gonna feel bad.
Yeah, you're just going to be feeling, you know. That's what I always saw Boxing Day as, is just the day that everybody was recuperating from hangovers, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like it's Boxing Day because most people have been punching each other in the face and
Yeah,
Christmas
yeah,
Day.
exactly. I was watching because I watched this. There's this channel on YouTube, and they did a series called Anglophenia, and they were saying about like British Christmas and stuff, and they were saying about Boxing Day, but they were saying they don't. It's not known where the origins of Boxing Day originate. They were like, I don't know if it's to do with boxing up the stuff afterwards or anything like that. So.
Oh,
But I do love my roast dinner, and I couldn't go through Christmas. I couldn't go through the festive period without, like I say, I have fried breakfast in the morning, and then I'll have my roast dinner, and like you say, Yorkshire puddings and roast parsnips, roast potatoes. I have the Bernard Matthews turkey leg. I don't like breast; it's too dry. Because I don't like gravy.
oh.
So it gets turkey breast is too dry for me. But because I know a lot of people like I love Christmas pudding, but it's so funny because I grew up with my family always had custard and all that stuff with their pudding. I don't like custard. I like Christmas pudding dry. So he's got the glasses.
Oh yeah.
Turtle Christmas.
You know, I'm a breast man. You know.
Yeah.
In Christmas Day and in the bedroom, and I have to be honest. I can't have Christmas without a bit of breast. I love breast, but then I love gravy on it too. So
right, yeah. So see that makes it moist. Yeah.
And turkey's cooked right tastes so beautiful.
It's not like mine turkey breast. I can eat it, but I prefer turkey leg.
Yeah, well, we all have our own tastes. I mean, you know, people like stuffing the turkey. Other people like putting sausage meat up it. You know, it's all different. You know, I love my Christmas dinner, but that's why I have a problem with having roasts throughout the year. I don't mind them, but I've always been like Christmas dinner. Christmas is the time for a roast. You know,
that's why. Much like that's why I don't have it during the year, because like you say, it's like Christmas. That's what makes it special. I could easily eat roast dinner a lot, but I like it as Christmas special kind of.
Well, we've got a comment. Malk, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes was quite good. Looks epic on Blu-ray.
Oh really? Cool.
It's right there. Look, let's look at my Blu-ray.
Yeah, I saw the cover looked really cool.
And that lovely cover. Look at that.
That is nice.
How could I not buy that with that cover? I don't like the 3D cover. It's just like black with the face on it.
Who wouldn't want a picture of Andy Serkis in monkey mode on the front?
Yeah, exactly. I have to admit, I'm so happy they carried on with Caesar and the other apes and didn't just change it.
Yeah.
Because he was the best part about Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
You know?
I haven't seen Dawn yet, but I've heard it's good. So
the bit where he grabs James Franco and he talks to him.
Yeah.
It's one of the most incredible moments of film. So
really?
I'm sitting there,
yeah.
I was laying in bed with a bad back and I put that on, when I got back from England.
Yeah.
And I was like this. When it happened, I went, and then and then when that bloke gets pushed off the thing in the helicopter, I was like, I absolutely love this film. Let's skip Tim Burton's one. Let's break that, throw that in the bin.
Yeah, let's just pretend that never happened, Yeah,
and then just have these two and the originals, and we've got a fantastic series.
Franchise, yeah.
Love Planet of the Apes. Planet of the Apes is one of my favourite series of all time. The original.
Yeah. Charlton Heston.
Yeah, Charlton Heston. I still think the apes looked really cool back then.
Oh God, yeah. Again, we could hark on about this forever, but practical effects, just as you were saying with some of the stuff you got up, in your recent update, it's you look at some of that stuff and you're just like, this still stands out today. Or even some of the makeup though in Tim Burton's one was pretty awesome. It wasn't good, but
Tim Burton sucks.
Oh no, it was an awful
I hate Tim
movie. But,
I hate Tim Burton as a director. I hate him as a human being. I hate his wife.
I hate
Carter.
Helena Bonham Carter, Bonehead Carter.
And I hate his #1 star, Johnny Depp. They all suck.
I can't stand Johnny Depp. I get fed up with people going, oh, Johnny Depp. It's like, yeah, he's not that much of an actor.
This is my impression of Johnny Depp, really. Oh, I'm going to act cool. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to be every weirdo in a movie, and everybody's going to call me a great character actor, when technically I play the same character, just at different levels.
I've seen because I want to go see the new movie version of Into the Woods, because I worked on the musical at my theatre when I was there. So I'm curious, because I love the original Broadway version with Bernadette Peters and Joanna Gleason and stuff. I'm curious to see this new version with Meryl Streep and James Corden and stuff like that. But Johnny Depp makes a brief appearance in it as one of the minor characters, and you see the trailer, and it's just like, oh, it's Johnny Depp being Johnny Depp,
Well, when you said In the Woods, I thought you meant the Woodsman.
Into the Woods.
I thought you meant the Woodsman with Kevin Bacon. I was like, wow, that must have been a very, very awkward, But to me, Johnny Depp's just Johnny Depp, and.
Yeah,
I won't
they just play the same role.
I won't watch anything he's in other than Donnie Brasco.
Yeah.
Because I like Donnie Brasco, but Edward Scissorhands was one weird film.
Yeah.
To me, Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, that was awful.
Alice in Wonderland, Edward Scissorhands, all these weird Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. To me, they're all the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
They're different, but they're all the same.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I like the old things. I mean, one of the cleverest parts about the original Planet of the Apes series, before we move on, in my view, was when they did that Hearing Over, Seeing Over with the three apes who looked identical.
Oh, with yeah.
I thought that was so clever.
Yeah.
And I just loved how they used to chase after the humans and stuff, because they actually looked like they could kill you. They didn't look like those silly things in Tim Burton's where they're like, oh, hello, Mark Wahlberg, how you doing?
Yeah.
Hated that movie. The ending of that movie absolutely sucks.
It was awful. It's just... But, it's... Thankfully, there's this new series now, but again, it's just everything is CGI'd, and I don't want people thinking that I'm acting like this old person and stuff, because I do love some CGI. When it's used properly, it can be amazing. But sometimes it's unnecessarily used, and I just get tired of that stuff. It's like
Yeah.
once upon a time, like say like Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. That was nothing but CGI, and
Yeah.
you're like, once upon a time, that would have been done practical effects wise, and it's just like,
Well, the thing
or
is,
even the new Jurassic Park movie.
that was disappointing as well. The
No, that
Indiana
was
Jones.
awful.
I mean, Sheila Booth is a great guy and everything, but that was not a good film for him.
No,
Harrison Ford just looked like an old pensioner trying to get more money.
he looks so unbothered now. It's just like, yeah, I'll just stand there and look
I
absolutely
mean,
bored.
they're going to make some new ones, aren't they, Indiana Joneses? I'm like, are they going to do it the young Indiana Jones style? Because they should.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I mean, that was pretty good little film series, that.
It was a shame, also, because of course River Phoenix was in Last Crusade, wasn't it, or whatever, and he was going
Uh,
to be like, they thought he was going to be the next but he wasn't, and it's a shame he passed away anyway. But I would have rather River Phoenix than Shia LaBeouf. So,
we've got a question.
oh yeah,
Hey guys, how's it going? Oh, it's going good, thanks, Chris.
it's going great, thanks.
Which country do you feel is putting out the best horror titles currently? I can answer that. North Korea. They're also bringing out great comedy moments as well.
I was going to say, I'm not a big like, as I've said, because of how I struggle with reading subtitles and that. I'm not much of a foreign film watcher. But I will say, Asia, that kind of general area, they seem to put out the best, like the creepiest, most disturbing.
If I had to answer properly, without saying silly answers, I'd probably say Asia. But the problem is, everybody says Asia because it's true.
Yeah,
You know?
I think that's the thing. Everybody knows that.
But the problem is, when you ask a question, you want to know different. So let's go wild.
Yeah.
Shall we?
Yeah.
France, Germany. I think France and Germany do some pretty good horror films. I think the problem is that they're very hit and miss. If you get the right ones, they're awesome. If you get the bad ones, they're bad. Half
Right.
the time, you don't know until you picked them up.
Yeah.
Let's see. Spain has done a couple of decent ones. I mean, I didn't mind Bloody Moon. I didn't mind Bloody Moon, which is old now, but I didn't mind that, even though Blu-ray looks silly now.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. Malaysia, they don't do too bad, even that's classified as Asia. They
Yeah.
don't do too bad. I'm trying to think of some others.
Well, this is going to sound really naff, but put the minds to it. Occasionally, England can do some pretty good horror.
Oh dear.
I know. I don't mean that as but I just mean like every now and then you get a good one come out, and it's just like, I mean, I love stuff like, I know it's more sci-fi, but Attack the Block was excellent. I love that. I really enjoyed that. So. But that's not a proper answer. That was just putting it out there kind of thing. I'm not saying they're a leader in.
Can we just have a 1 minute silence for Tash thinking that English movies or British movies are good horror movies? So we're going to tell that 1 minute silence right now.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean.
No, I'm messing about.
I have said before. You know what? I've said before. There is a lot of British. The British film scene is really shit. Basic. But every now and then, when they do a good one, say like Woman in Black, or I've not seen the sequel, Woman in Black, and I don't want to see the sequel. But every now and then, we can do a good scary story.
There is. I mean, look at 28 Days Later, for instance.
Yeah. And even 28 weeks.
To be fair, England, Britain
Yeah.
has a lot of really, really good films, but like
Yeah,
every film, they're like one in every 50 bad.
yeah, exactly.
It's like me and my cousin was talking the other day about the gangster movies in England,
Yeah.
and they're nearly all horrible.
I get so sick of them. That whole like London gangster scene. It's just,
And it's so silly because they're always people that wouldn't look like it.
yeah.
You know, none of them actually seem to be like,
How
oh,
many
yeah.
of them had like Bob Hoskins as this like gang
Yeah.
lord? It's just,
I will be honest, I do think The Long Good Fight is a really good movie, but the rest of them were like, eh.
yeah,
But yeah, there is some good ones. I
yeah.
I couldn't name any really right off the spot
No, I
right
couldn't.
now,
Yeah.
but there are some. I mean,
Oh, I didn't mean like I say, I didn't mean their leaders like say Asia and stuff like that. I just meant as a general. I think there's a lot of underrated ones that get
yeah.
buried underneath all the shit kind of thing.
Well, there is. I mean, you can put. I mean, The Disappearance of Alice Creed, I think it is. That's not a horror movie, but that's a great movie,
Yeah. Well, like I
and
say, Attack
hardly
the
anyone
Block,
talks
I
about
didn't
it.
hear of. I didn't even know of until I saw like a review of it or something, and I was like, I haven't even heard of this movie.
Oh, I liked Tower Block. I thought
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
a good movie.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
I've heard that's really
oh,
good.
Panic Button, Truth or Dare, they're all great British movies. They're
Yeah,
great horror movies. I love
yeah.
them, you know. But the problem is, you just don't find them unless you pick them up by accident.
Well, that's the thing. Even like like the general ones. Like the fluffy ones, like the ones with Emma Thompson and stuff. Like uh, what was the one with Terence Stampin, where he was this old guy that lost his wife and then he was going to a choir or something. I can't remember
I
what it
can't
was
remember.
called. I'm gonna have to look that up.
The
But
Limey?
no, I can't remember what it was called. But um, also, I just got reminded of it because Amazon are doing free Blu-rays for £17 at the moment,
Okay.
and one of them was one that I wanted to see when it was released. Quartet with Billy Connolly and Julie Walters and that, and it's directed by Dustin Hoffman, but it's still got British people.
Hmm. We've got a couple more comments.
Oh yeah,
We've got one from my DVD review saying, I'm watching, guys. Really have fun chat. Happy Christmas to you both.
Happy Christmas, James.
Happy Christmas to you too. And then we've got one here from Chris. Korean horror and comedy and drama is fantastic. I agree there. It really
Yeah,
is. I think so many people miss out by not watching this stuff because they go on about subtitles. I understand some people, like for instance, I understand for you, Tash, because
yeah,
it's hard. But,
yeah,
because sometimes it can be hard to focus on subtitles. But
yeah,
when people want to go to the cinema, see a fantastic movie, and they
yeah,
go on about how they're this big, massive film, massive fan, and they'll watch anything, and they go,
yeah,
I'm not going to watch that. I find that a
yeah,
bit stupid.
yeah.
You know.
Oh, I'm
But,
all right. If I'm sat at a computer, say, it's just I can't sit comfortably on my
oh,
TV
no,
on my
no, I'm not.
sofa and watch the TV. Oh no, I'm just giving as an
Yeah,
example, like you say. There's these people that are like, oh, I'm this big fan, and then they won't watch, like you were
yeah.
saying with like Jackie Chan and all that. They've not bothered watching the
Well,
Asian stuff.
it's like my cousin. My cousin won't watch something I recommend, even though it's amazing, because he says what I watch is rubbish.
Yeah,
But anyway, going back to the question.
yeah.
Also love Spanish and French. They are awesome. Which movie did you expect to hate in 2014 but ended up liking or loving? Thanks for answering. Happy Christmas, guys. First of all, happy Christmas to you.
Yeah, happy
And
Christmas.
what movie would it been for you, Tash, while I think about mine?
That I thought I would hate and actually ended up loving.
Yeah.
I didn't see that much at the cinema this year, to be honest.
I didn't see
Um,
anything.
um, if anything, I would do it the opposite, where I'm not a big Captain. I've said it before. I'm not a big Captain America fan, but Winter Soldier was ridiculously disappointing, and I was just like, this is awful. So I was hoping that I would like it in the same way, like X-Men: Days of Future Past. I went along because I like the X-Men movies, and I know nobody likes Last Stand, but I enjoyed it, and I was looking forward to seeing the old X-Men team with the new. Because I wasn't actually a big fan of First Class. I thought the CGI in it looked really, really bad.
I liked
Um,
it.
Oh, I didn't mind it. I just thought the CGI for an up-to-date film was really bad.
Yeah.
But I went to Days of Future Past really, really hyped up, and I'd seen all the trailers and everything, and I was like, yeah. And then I went, and like I say, it was a lot of mechanics that were used in for Dark World, and like I say, the Portal games. And I was just like, really, we're seeing this mechanic again? I feel like I've played this game already. But I just found it disappointing. So I can't say there was a movie that I wasn't looking forward to and then really enjoyed, because I just didn't really see that much this year.
Oh dear. There's a couple. I'm looking down the list. There's a couple that I hated. It says that one of them was RoboCop, the remake.
Oh yeah, okay. So that was yeah. I changed my mind. That was
Absolutely
another one that
dreadful.
put me off, but that wasn't one I was not looking forward to and didn't enjoy. I didn't enjoy that.
Captain America. Oh, what the hell is this? I hate these bloody pop-ups. I hated RoboCop. I hated Captain America 2.
Yeah.
I was trying to see down the list what I liked, but this massive pop-up come up, and I thought people might hear it. So let's try again.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes was good.
See, I haven't seen it yet, so I can't count it, can I?
No.
Let's
Superman 2 was shit.
Superman 2.
Spider-Man 2, sorry.
Oh yeah, that was bad. That was really bad. Do you know what? I really look forward to that. I had it on pre-order and everything.
Yeah.
And I hated the bloody hell out of it. I thought it was one of the worst Spider-Man films I've ever seen. It's probably because Emma Stone died in it, and that was the only reason I was watching the bloody film. Because
I found it too bloated and boring.
So what else is there? 300 Rise of an Empire was bad, but I didn't mind it. Non-Stop was okay, but the ending was bloody terrible.
You got it on Blu-ray now as well, so you can.
Yeah. So I'm going to review it properly now, because I never really did at the time. Where are we?
I haven't seen the final Hobbit movie yet.
Oh. I'm trying to. Every time I try and look, I get this big, massive music thing.
I'm on IMDb site.
I'm just trying to say, because you always forget about that film you would have mentioned, you know?
Yeah. Like I say, I'm looking forward to Into the Woods. I don't know when it's released here in the UK. I know it's out Christmas Day in America, so.
So I always worry, because what happens is you watch one, and you stay one, and you go, oh, I would have mentioned this.
Yeah, I know, yeah. That's what I'm going through, because I actually did go to the cinema several times this year, but I don't think there was anything that I was dreading seeing that I then went, ooh, that was awesome.
You know, at the moment, I'll probably, I guess, oh, I'm trying to.
I heard She was really surprising for most people.
She?
Yeah, that bloody one with Joaquin Phoenix and the doll, mannequin, whatever it was that he was in love with.
Mannequin?
I don't know what it was. I didn't see the movie, so I don't know. The trailers for it were really weird.
Are you talking about her?
Her, sorry.
That's it. That's my favourite one of the year. I loved her. I thought that movie was incredible. That's my one.
I heard that a lot of people were like dreading it, and then it turned out to be really surprisingly good.
It was so beautiful. That's my favourite one, Chris. That's my favourite one of the year. I didn't think I'd like it, but I loved it.
Yeah.
Jimmy Richards. I'm getting a RoboCop remake on Blu-ray for Christmas. How is Sam McCormick so about it?
You should do a contest to give it away.
Jimmy Richards, do me a favour, right? After you watch it, get your phone out, because I'm sure you've got a video thing on your phone, you know, like a camera. Right? Yeah. Record you smashing up the case. Post it on Sam McCormick's Facebook and say Malk was right, because this is a big pile of turd. It's one of the worst films I've ever seen. It's nothing like RoboCop, and it's a big pile of crap. Why would you want that for Christmas?
I feel so sorry for you, Jimmy. That's really sad.
And Sam McCormick's never right about movies. Not about RoboCop movies, anyway. Trust me, I
Has
was in
Sam,
a chat with
has
the
Sam
guy.
McCormick seen the original?
Oh, he did. I was in a chat with him, right? Everybody knows this, but I was in a chat
Yeah,
with him, and Alex was watching because he was there because he was watching at the time,
yeah.
and he said you have to put them separately and respect them both for what they are. Yeah, one's a masterpiece, one came out of someone's arse. You
Yeah.
know, I hate the movie. I watched it, I hate it with a passion. I can't. You watch Robocop going up these stairs to go and save his wife, and you're like, oh, right. Yeah. It's just like, half his body's gone. They keep connecting body parts to him, and he's like, oh, and he's going home to see his wife. What the, you know, movie is terrible. As soon as you get it, G. Richard, say to the person, F you, smash it up, throw it in the river. Because it's one of those worst movies you'll ever see in your life. Worst movie ever.
But this is the thing, even Christmas movies, you don't get Christmas movies like they used to. You used to get these excellent stories, even stuff like Home Alone and stuff like that. They can't recreate that now. I mean, how many times the last couple of years have we had those rubbish kind of Billy Crystal,
Yeah.
kind of stuff where they've kept trying to
Oh.
capture. You just don't, much like Christmas music now, it just doesn't, it's always just X Factor winners get the Christmas #1
Well,
and that.
let's be honest. Christmas movies really were the 80s and the 90s.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Nowadays, it's always over the top, stupid stuff that just doesn't make sense. There was something warm and fuzzy about the Home Alone movie, especially #1.
Yeah,
Same as Jingle All the Way. When you
yeah.
watch a Christmas movie now, you just sit there going, I mean, it's like Elf. I like Elf, but to me, that's not a great Christmas movie.
No, I enjoy it, but it's not something, like you say, Christmas Vacation I watch without fail on Christmas Day, but it's not, that's because that makes me feel Christmassy, which sounds really silly. Like I say, as well, Die Hard sounds really weird, but that's one of my main Christmas movies. But
That's fine.
I know James has asked if we've seen The Grinch with Jim Carrey. That was awful.
And I've seen that multiple times, and it just gets worse.
It's just an excuse for Jim Carrey to do like his Riddler-esque gurning.
And I also love Home Alone, the Santa Claus movie, and the Snowman. I'm walking in the air.
My balls still haven't dropped.
Yes. But yeah, I do like the Snowman.
Yeah.
I think that's one of those things that everybody, especially in England, goes for at Christmas.
Oh, it's
Surely.
always on. I mean, that's the funniest thing, though. I love the fact that England, Christmas Day, The Great Escape. That's the first thing you think of.
No, it's either that it's either that or it's a Bond film.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Or The Snowman.
Yeah.
It's like everybody tunes in for, was it The Snowman and then the Queen's speech? I did a poem about the state of, what Christmas days are like now. I'm just like,
do you know what? I hate watching the Queen's speech.
it's so boring. I don't watch it. I go for the
Hello.
alternative one on Channel 4.
This is what the Queen's speech should be. Hello, everyone. I'm the Queen, and I want to tell you about having a wonderful year and a Merry Christmas.
Oh,
First of
I'm
all,
so blessed. I have this and that, and
I'm so blessed because my son Charles has got big ears that looks like a Teletubby, and
I get everything done for me.
yeah. I like the Queen. Don't get me wrong. I just hate
Yeah.
the speech. I
I
hate the
don't
speech.
see the point of it. What is it? I mean, she has no real connection with real people. I just wait. You know what I would love for her to do? Like I say, I don't really tune in for any of them, but I do like the fact that they have the alternative one on Channel 4. But it cracks me up that, I would love her to come on and go, ha ha, Charles, I'm still alive, I'm still the Queen. Yay, another year.
Oh, I've got some more stuff here. Oh, I'm watching guys really fun show. No, we already did that. Chris says British stuff like Fish Tank, Chat Room, Heartless, Selfish Drone, great recent British output. Drama mostly though. Fish Tank came out. I think Fish Tank came out ages ago. Anyway, but yeah, they're good. I've seen three of them. I've never heard of Selfish Giant, or if I have, I just haven't seen the title. But I've seen the other three, and
Yeah.
they are good. Chat with me is quite clever. Have either of you seen Dead Sushi? I've heard of it.
No, I've heard of it, but
I've heard of it and wanted to see it, but never got round to it. Last Avenger. What did you hate about Captain America 2, Malcolm? I think it's one of the best Marvel films. Yeah, but then you would Last Avenger. 'Cause
really,
Last Avenger has a picture of Captain America, so I've got a feeling that you're a big, basically Captain America fan.
yeah, I was gonna say your username is Last Avenger. That's
Yeah. So I'm not. So if you enjoy it,
bias.
if you enjoy it, good for you, mate. But I'll list what I don't know about it, and Tash, if you want to, you can. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So this false relationship between Captain America and Black Widow. All right. Is it Black Widow?
Yeah.
Yes. Well,
Scarlett Johansson's
yeah.
character, yeah.
It just felt so forced. There was no attraction there whatever.
It was
The
an
whole,
excuse to have her in it, sorry.
yeah, yeah, it was. It was an excuse to have her in it. The whole Hydra thing was ridiculous because if you watch some of the movies back, there's a bit where Tony Stark in one of the movies, I think it's the Avengers, where
Yeah.
he goes through the shield system. He would have found out about Hydra.
He would have, yeah, he was sat there like for a good 20 minutes of the movie just looking through the file system.
But no, he doesn't find out about Hydra. The whole thing with the Doctor being in the computer was stupid.
Mm.
Right? The team and the main villain was weak. I really thought for Captain America 2 they'd bring Red Skull back. Because when he
Yeah.
went into that cube, if you read the comics, you can come back out of.
Yeah.
Right? So I think there's a story in the comics where Cap and Red Skull both end up in it.
Yeah.
But I would have liked Red Skull to return, but be more menacing than he was in the first one. Because he was so disappointing in the first one. It'd be like having the Joker in Batman without the jokes, without the laughter and the makeup.
Yeah.
That's what it was like. What else did I like? I didn't like the main villain. Wasn't it Robert Redford?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
yeah.
I hated how he got beat. I hate this whole pin stuff. I hated Falcon. You know, the new guy.
Yeah, the new guy, yeah.
I hated him. It was just annoying. Oh, I've been hurt. I've been hurt. Oh, now look at me, I'm Falcon. I'm surviving. I'm beating everybody. You know, and you could see, and the whole thing with Bucky. This is the main thing.
Yeah.
I felt no connection between Bucky and Steve at all.
Mm.
Bucky was alive again at the end of the movie, right? And you just sit there going, do these characters ever get killed off anymore? Right?
It's sequel baiting. It's what it is. It's like, oh, we can bring them back for a later film.
You know, and exactly. And the thing is, we all know Bucky's going to end up being a good guy later on in the films. We all know it. But the whole fight scenes between them felt really bad to me. And the film put me asleep on an aeroplane.
I just got to let Shadow in. Sorry, that's why the
Okay.
dog's barking.
That's
Shadow's
all right.
outside meowing.
That's all right. So I just didn't like the film at all. I just felt it was so disappointing. It looked bad. It was boring. Normally I buy them on release date, but I'm waiting for it to go down to like $4 or something. It's not a epically bad film like RoboCop, but it just had so much in it that made me go, why am I watching this? It's not fun. It's boring. I had the same thing with the second Thor movie as well. The second Thor movie was really disappointing too.
God, that was awful.
It was just, you know, I understand why people like it because people like different things, but it was just awful. What did you think, Tash?
Okay, here we go. Most everything that you said, plus, okay, when I can get my headphones plugged back in. Bloody.
And I'll say this quickly as well. Samuel Jackson apparently died, Nick Fury, and then still being alive. You know, I mean, I could totally switch and bait with all the, oh, this person's dead, this person's going to die, oh, Hydra's coming back, and all this stuff. And it was like, Hydra's so weak. none of the villains felt that impressive to me. I didn't feel like there was any threat.
No. Well, that was one of my So I am a big fan. As I said, when we had the last week when we got asked the question, DC or Marvel,
Oh yeah,
I said Marvel without hesitation because I do enjoy the Marvel movies.
yeah,
Um, Captain America, both in comics and in movie form, is not necessarily one of my favourite characters. I always feel like with Captain America that he's like the add-on. Like you've got the cool characters, you've got Tony Stark, you've got Hulk and stuff like that, and then you feel like Captain America's just turned up to go, "Hi, I can do this" and stuff like that. So I always feel kind of bad for him. But I enjoyed the first Captain America movie. I was looking forward to Winter Soldier and that, and there was so much hype like with his new costume and stuff like that, and I think. I feel like each of the franchises have kind of suffered because everybody's comparing them to the Avengers and to see
yeah.
where they've come since then. And I think that's the problem, is they live in that shadow. And of course, basically, these movies are nothing but fill-in before Age of Ultron comes along. Let's face it, that's all they are. They're like a bridge between the two movies. But like you say, I felt there was no threat whatsoever from Robert Redford's character. The whole rubbish with Samuel L. Jackson dying. We know there's a new Shield movie, Avengers movie. We know he's going to be, the big honcho and stuff like that. There was not. I was just like, yeah, he's totally not dead. It was everything about that movie was predictable. You could see each twist a mile away,
Well,
and the whole thing, like I say, with Bucky, that was the worst bit. And you knew he was going to live because it is sequel baiting.
I'll say what I've said before. Every Marvel movie, second one, normally, other than the odd exception, is absolutely crap.
Yeah, exactly.
Spider-Man 2 was all right. The one
Yeah,
with
the
Tobey
Tobey
Maguire, that was
Maguire
all
one
right.
I enjoyed.
But if
Yeah.
you look at Marvel's films through history,
Mm.
most of their second ones are the worst ones. Then they pick up again with the third one.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know why it is, but the second one's normally the worst out of all of
Oh,
them.
yeah. Oh, God, you look at Fantastic Four Silver Surfer, that is just diabolical.
Oh, I hated that. I watched that again recently, and it
Yeah.
wasn't bad, but it was
It's
just
not the worst.
funny.
Yeah.
And did you know that movie was going to be a spin-off for a Silver Surfer movie, but because it sucked so bad, that never happened.
No, I know, and that makes me sad to think. But when you look at what, I don't know if you've seen like the list of what they're going to be coming out with for Marvel, and you see all the different ones that they're doing and stuff, and you're just like, oh, really? And like you say, there's no real decent Silver Surfer. I think they've said that there is going to be one sooner or later, but there's no plans at the moment.
The problem with the Silver Surfer in Fantastic Four was the fact that he seemed like he had no personality. It just seemed like somebody just kind of, some alien-looking thing, even though we know what the Silver Surfer is.
Yeah.
It seemed like it was just an alien going around on some sort of surfboard, flying or hoverboard, with nothing going on other than, help me.
Yeah.
I need your help to stop the planet ending. And it just seemed like there was nothing to him. Like, where did he come from? What was the story? I mean, yeah, we heard little bits, but there should have been some sort of backstory that showed him like it normally does in a movie. But no,
exactly.
it just showed him there and basically had him going around on his board fighting the Avengers, not the Avengers, fighting the Fantastic Four. Then them helping him. I mean, this new Fantastic Four movie's coming out.
Yeah, exactly. But as you said, Captain America was so, and like you say, there was no stuff. The Hydra stuff was stupid. There was no Red Skull proper. We had this big bad in the first one and then there was just nothing to really. And I didn't feel like any of the people in it were even remotely a threat, because it was like, well, we know Age of Ultron's coming out, so we know that Captain America's still alive, so you don't feel like there's any real impending doom,
Well, one of the biggest problems I have with Captain America is I feel like they rushed him to the future too quickly.
Yeah, there should have been more.
They should have waited for the Avengers movies and had him be in 2 or 3 movies in the 40s.
Yeah.
Because that would have been more unique. But
That
instead he's running around in modern day like every other hero.
Yeah, exactly. They could have had a decent, like, older movie, you know, like set in the past movie with this action hero. I think the only thing that I kind of snickered at was the list of things to catch up on. But the problem is with pop culture references is when people watch that in a few years, a lot of those references are going to go over
So
people's heads.
this is the problem with certain films, you know. You
Yeah,
watch a film from the 90s, unless you grew up then or you were around at the time, you could go, oh, this looks so dated.
yeah. It's like, I
Um,
used to love Spitting Image, but if you watch it now, unless you know who the politicians and stuff were, you're just like, this makes no sense to me.
yeah, these whole inside
The joke
jokes,
is gone. Yeah,
the inside jokes are not there, you know.
no. And that's the thing, when the next generation, you know, what we got now, the kids around now, when they watch that movie when they're old enough and whatnot, they're just going to be like, I don't get that reference, you know,
Well,
like Facebook or, I mean, my God, can you imagine if it was like MySpace? They'd be like, what?
Yeah, I remember.
Woolworths, Blockbuster.
I was going to say, you know, I mean, I was looking at DC's film release list,
Yeah,
and the whole Wonder Woman thing irritates me.
yeah.
I'm like, I understand they want to make a Wonder Woman movie, I understand everybody wants one, but at the same time, I'm like, but the problem is Wonder Woman is technically, what was her name? What was her name?
Oh, I know. Shit, I know it.
But
Linda Carter.
that's it, Linda Carter. I thought it was, I just didn't want to say it.
Yeah,
You know, to me, that's Wonder Woman.
yeah.
I know people are going to go, but, you know, Christopher Reeve's a Superman, yet we've had all these other Supermen. Yeah, but it just irritates me. I know it's probably one of those
Yeah,
things
but
where,
the point is everybody still compares to Christopher Reeve because
yeah,
he marked that as his own.
yeah, exactly.
And nobody has lived up to Linda Carter because nobody can write a decent Wonder Woman character, you know, to make that a strong woman.
Well, we
And
know
I
what's
think,
good.
as we've said, there is no real strong women. As we've said before, any strong women characters in movies always have men backing them up.
Well, this is the thing as well. We all know that Wonder Woman's going to have big breasts,
Yeah.
right? She's got big
She's an
breasts,
Amazonian. She's
uh,
got to be big, you know.
and they're going to bounce, and that's going to be one of the things that makes men go and see it,
Yeah.
you know. And it's probably going to be some, as long as it's not someone like Angelina Jolie, I'm happy. I want it to be a nobody,
Yeah.
you know, because I get tired of all these people. It's like they're finally bringing out the Deadpool movie. Now, I think the Deadpool movie is going to be a really, really hard movie to do because you've got to get
That'll
that
be.
humour in there. You've got to
Yeah.
get the action in there. You've got to get just the right way.
You've got to get that fourth wall breaking, and I think that can get really bad in a movie because we've had it with movies where they've tried doing the fourth wall breaking, and it's just been awful.
It's been dreadful, hasn't it?
Apparently, Husey thinks it's going to be 10 plus years before the next generation. I think that's excessive.
I think that's too long.
I think that's way too long.
If you look at consoles, throughout the years, now you got to remember, I've been around for what, 26 years, 27 in January. So many consoles have come out in my life.
Yeah.
But there's no way it's going to be 10. It's 5 to 7. It's got to be.
It's got to be because, like you say, I mean, you think what the first Nintendo was 83, and we're on what is it, the 9th generation or something now?
I think so.
It is definitely. There's no way 10 years, and especially with technology moving the way it is, I think it's only going to get quicker and quicker.
This is the point where we humiliate Husey.
Sorry, Husey. Don't, everybody's got their own opinion. But I think as well with the products are not made to last now. We've said they break down, and I mean, you look at the problems we've had even with the PlayStation 4. With crashing and stuff like that. I think it's not going to be long before the next. Well, even if it's PlayStation 4.5,
Well, you look at what I said to you the other day when we were talking on the PSN. Nintendo's and Sega's, they still work.
Oh yeah.
Back in the day, the PS4, I've had 3 of them already in less than a year. I've had 3 of them.
Yeah.
And if one has blown up, the other one has just stop working. And
Yeah.
this one gets errors and freezes on me.
Yeah.
And it's like, I got it like this year in March, the first one.
Mm.
So you're looking at what, less than 9 months?
I've had my PS4 a month, and it keeps like crashing. You know, like, ooh, there's been an error with this application. I'm going to stop. It's just like, really?
I get on
It's took you
everything.
a month.
I get on everything, and it just irritates me.
My PS3 is on its way out. To be fair, I've had it 7 years, but I don't play as heavy, like hardcore, as some people do. So,
yeah.
but I've had it 7 years, but it's on its way out. It's the red light keeps flashing, and it's getting really bad. With me and Donna were trying to play Portal 2 the other day, because we love going back to that. You know, like, it's one of those games. You know, like we were saying about co-op. It's one of those games that you have to leave it a while before you go back to it. But when you go back to it, even though you know all the puzzles, you just really enjoy going back to it and having that co-op.
Well, when I get my PS3, I'm gonna buy it, and play it.
Yeah. That would be good to play you online.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the moment, I think the save file is corrupt because it just keeps going saving, and if you pause or something while it's doing that, the whole system freezes. So I think my PS3 is on its way out. But like you say, Nintendo's and that, they still all work fine.
Well, I never get the PS2. Before I got the PS3, I had GTA Vice City on the PS2, and I'd obviously played it long before then.
Yeah.
But I played it, and I remember going, I just died in your arms tonight. You remember the songs?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm driving, all of a sudden
I love that soundtrack.
And all of a sudden I go straight into Oblivion, and I'm driving through this big, massive blur, and I was like, wow, is this a part of the game? Right? You know? And then I find out I'm actually in a glitch.
Yeah.
Because then the car all of a sudden just goes boom.
I think the problem is too much with the modern consoles is to do with connectivity.
Yeah.
Like downloading extra content, running the applications. I mean, you remember when we used to buy a game and that was it? Now you have to have regular system updates. You have to have this, that, and the other. It's just like, for goodness sake.
I remember when the game froze. It was your fault, not the game's, because you played the game so much, or your system got overheated.
Oh, right? Blowing on the cartridges. That takes me back.
Now, right? It's like these constant updates, right?
Yeah.
We shouldn't need updates. We shouldn't need to have multiplayer trophies. Multiplayer shouldn't even be a trophy.
No.
You know? And I hate how everything's becoming online, because online is not reliable.
Well, like I say, I'm going to do a video log about this because it's gotten to the point where it's getting ridiculous. But this whole releasing games before they've even been bloody finished, and as we said, this bloody new 6.7 gig update for Unity, and still there are problems, and they're refusing to release Dead Kings until they fix the problems with the main game. It's like, well, finish the game before you release it.
Well, I'll say this. My biggest problem is with the game testers. Shouldn't they all be fired?
I was going to say, what happened to these beta testers that are sat there just going, you know, I'm getting paid to do this.
Oh, we've got a comment. Malcolm, how dare you misunderstand the brilliance of the RoboCop remake? Give it another chance. I'm just going to say F and off.
And I will I back up that. It's awful. But you know, each to their own. We've learnt that some people just like the crappiest of stuff. So
you know they're making a sequel.
That just makes me even sadder to think that, you know, enough people went to see that for them to go, you know what, we made back our money. We're gonna make. Mind you, look, the Twilight movies went on forever, so.
Yeah. You know, why can't we just have decent movies? You know, I don't want remakes anymore. I don't want. I
want new stories.
You know, talk about Christmas movies. I was watching a live chat the other day.
Yeah.
And I won't name names, and nobody's gonna know.
Yeah.
And all I heard was, I've not watched Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, 3, 4, 5. Right?
Yeah.
Now, you're horror fans. How can you not have seen those movies, especially around Christmas? I've
Yeah,
seen every single one of them, and I might actually review them because if you're going to review the other stuff, I might review them instead. I might do Jingle All the Way, but I might review them because how can you not have seen that? I mean, Christmas Evil. I I sit around and I think to myself, people want to talk about how how they're big fans of certain things,
yeah,
and I'm like, but how could you miss these things if you go on about how you like the first one? Why didn't you get the other ones? I know they're not all connected. I know they're different
yeah.
to a certain degree, but you just sit there going, why? Do you know what I mean?
Well, even I've seen the first two, Silent Night, Deadly Night. So I think everybody knows the whole Garbage Day joke. That's from
Yeah.
number two. It's
What about the no? You haven't seen the Toy Maker?
no, no.
That one's hysterically bad. The bloke's like a human toy.
Oh right.
Yeah, I like it.
But do you have a favourite Christmas song? Because of course they're all playing at the moment, and sometimes you get sick of them, don't you? It's like, not again.
Do you know what? This is a shocking thing. When we were out, there was none being played.
Really?
Yeah. Some of my favourites are Last Christmas. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart. The very next day, you gave it away.
Bitch.
This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Special, a bloke.
Special. Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. I'll give it to someone who's more interested in me.
I'll give it to a bloke in a toilet cubicle.
Yeah, exactly. Through a peephole.
I like Steve's Christmas song.
Yeah.
I love. Oh, I wish it could be Christmas every day. I wish
Yeah,
it could be Christmas
I always
every
joke
day.
though, one about the little kids at the end. It's like, yeah, that's slightly paedophilic. It's like,
What you mean, the little
when you
girl?
watch the video. No, at the end of when the car winds spins the snow, when the little kids at the end of Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day, they have this little kids choir, and if you
Yeah.
watch the video of it, knowing what we know now about the BBC and TV presenters and stuff, you watch it and you're like, something a little creepy about this old bearded guy looking over this group of little
It's
kids.
amazing. One of the little kids in that group is his daughter.
Oh, is it? Is it Roy Wood's
Yeah.
daughter?
The one he picks up is his child.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's not so
Oh, that's not so
paedophilic,
paedophilic now. No, exactly.
it's his daughter.
Yeah.
It was my dad who told me that years ago.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was his daughter.
It always made me laugh because it always made me think like he was,
It's a bit weird.
Not molesting, but
It's a bit weird picking up a little girl and giving you a
yeah,
kiss
just
on the cheek.
randomly. Yeah.
But yeah, it's his daughter.
Yeah. But I always joke that, no way would I want Christmas to be every day. I just couldn't afford it.
Well, I think, to be honest, back then, Paul probably did want him more, but now.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's different.
What about
now.
yours? What's some of yours?
I love, one of the ones I've always said is, it sounds really silly, but Shaking Stevens is Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah.
Snow is falling. It's a bit repetitive, but I just find it so jolly. I like doing it on SingStar, and I just smile my arse off. I just love that song to bits. It just makes me feel so jolly.
You know what? You know what? Before you carry on, when they can release a good SingStar game on the PS4?
Yeah, I know. Because the thing is SingStar, right? They stopped uploading songs for ages, and I think that was a changeover between the PS3 and the PS4. I just downloaded the PS4 version, and I am annoyed that I cannot get my songs that I paid for to download on the PS4 because you cannot download stuff that you've already downloaded on your PS3. It's like if I replace my PS3, they will say, sorry, this is a new console, you may not transfer your songs over. And I'm like, I've got like 500 songs downloaded, and I'm just like, that's a lot of money to then have to re-download those songs. So I now can't play the PS4 version with my songs So when I have my party tomorrow, I'm going to have to use the PS3 and just hope that it, keeps working. But that is the thing. And even now, so now you go and you look for new songs to download, and the only ones that I've seen since, what was it, May this year, the only things that have been uploaded was Frozen's Let It Go, just
dear.
to really piss everybody off, and a bunch of Oasis songs. That's all I've had since. There's not even been any new Christmas songs for this month.
Well, I want to get sing started. I want to sing, I
Yeah,
want to sing, and I'd like to do it with, like Donna, because I think it'd be
yeah.
a fun thing to do,
I think that's big fun for you. Yeah,
When I was in England, when I had my PS3, I
yeah.
bought the Voice game
Oh yeah, yeah,
and the X Factor game,
yeah,
right? And
yeah,
I used to say to my friend Alan, Cole, let's sing with the windows open, right?
yeah.
They go, I ain't doing that, mate. I ain't doing that. And I'd stand up and I'd be going like this. And he'd be like, oh no. Right? But it was fun. It was a good
Yeah.
thing to do. Oh, we've got a new comment. I've heard a lot of good things about Sunlight Deadly Night, especially the Arrow released edition, which sounds great. I've also been looking at some of the hardbox editions too. Perhaps in the new year I'll look into getting it. That one's from James.
Oh.
Get the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Unlock your Blu-ray player and get the Blu-ray. Even though technically it's just an upscale anyway, I heard. So
Yeah. It's
yeah.
like that's what I hate about some upscale. As we've said with upscaling, I had the same as I said before. The 25th anniversary of the Mario games was released, a box set. I paid a lot of money for it. For the Wii, and I bought it. I paid a lot of money for it because I was hoping to be able to play the old NES versions of Mario's 1 to 3. Get it, and it turned out they were. I'm sorry, I know I've mentioned this before, but they were Super Nintendo ports of the game ported to Wii, so they were not the same graphics as they were on the NES version. And I was like, but I liked the NES version, not the stupid bad NES versions.
That's why
SNES ones.
Well, that's why you'd buy it in the first place.
Yeah, exactly. It's like 25th anniversary, and then it's not even the bloody 25th.
So what was young?
No, but that's the same with movies. Like I say, I mean, I know I've said it like about Great Escape and stuff. When you see they try and widescreen it and all that stuff, and you end up with this little block in the middle of the screen.
Well, there's this big argument about Buffy, of Josh Whedon, about how they're trying to, and they've remastered it and they've tinted it so it looks more pink now when it should have stayed the way it was.
You're kidding. Because it used to be like slightly tinted blue and stuff,
Yeah. And he's not happy because companies have been like, we want to do this for like for instance, like a Blu-ray release or something.
Yeah.
And he's not happy because he's like, it needs to stay the way it is for the reasons why.
Yeah.
So it's kind of annoying because I think remastering sometimes actually ruins stuff.
I think you would think that, with the whole stuff with George Lucas and the original Star Wars movies and stuff, that people would have learned. But they don't. It's like that ongoing South Park joke about, like E.T. and all the guns being changed to walkie-talkies, kind of thing.
I just don't get why people, if you're going to remaster something, do it with the person who created it so that they can have the final say. Like how Criterion do.
Yeah.
On their products, they go director approved.
Yeah.
Because they've gone through that as well and asked them if that's the way it should be. And that's what we need. We need a Buffy the Vampire Slayer TV series Criterion release.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine if that
would be awesome.
That would be awesome. It's so weird, wouldn't it?
That would. But, no, I just wanted to quickly finish that I love Mud's Lonely This Christmas song as well.
Yeah.
I know that's not very cheery, but it's just really sweet, and you can't go wrong with like rocking around the Christmas tree and stuff like that. I love. You know what? I am a sucker for Fairy Tale of New York by the guy out of I can't remember his name. Out the Pogues and Kirsty MacColl. That's it. Pogues and Kirsty MacColl. I like that song, but I just don't feel anything particularly Christmassy about it.
Is that the one where they're singing around the piano?
Yeah, where they're going, you scumbag, you maggot,
Yeah.
you cheap, lousy fat.
I love that song, but like you, I'm
Yeah,
always like, it's not very Christmassy in my view.
yeah, I love it. It's great to, hear people are calling each other names,
Yeah,
but
especially a
yeah,
faggot.
yeah, exactly. No, you know what I love? What I always loved about the faggot bit was that if you watched the Christmas time on VH1 and they
Yeah.
would show these the music videos and stuff like that, and they would show that one and they would always blank out the faggot word. I was just like, really? Just
What they should do, what
I
they
don't
should
think
do.
that's what she's calling him.
Well, the thing is, what people need to realise is that faggot doesn't just mean
Yeah,
that. I was
yeah,
trying to
yeah,
explain to
exactly.
Donna just yesterday about how faggot is also a food in England,
Yeah, it's all food. Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And she went, oh, over it's the derogatory word for someone who's gay. And I'm like,
Yeah,
well, everybody needs to stop taking things certain ways because different cultures have different ways of saying stuff.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
It's like years ago, a lot of people used to go, oh, I'm feeling really gay today because it was a word for being happy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, it's only over the last 10, 15 years that people have stopped saying it because it's classified as being rude.
Yeah, but it's like 'cause I saw another YouTuber, Linkara. He was saying that he used to use the term like spaz and stuff because in America it's an okay word to use, but of
It's,
course here in England it means it's spastic, derogatory term towards mentally challenged and disabled people. And that is the thing. People can take things in such the wrong way. It's like, you need to be aware of the fact that it means different things in different places.
well, I remember in school talking about this. One
Yeah,
boy went like, you're such a spastic.
yeah.
And the teacher went, I've got a friend who's a spastic, and started punching the boy in the face.
Really?
Yeah, he went crazy. He just got hold of the boy who did it and started punching him. And I was like,
Yeah.
bloody hell, well, he lost his job.
Jeez.
But I got a feeling, but at the time, his friends might have had a bad accident or something, made him that way.
Ah, right. Yeah, yeah,
Because when I think about it now, the guy was very emotional when it happened,
yeah.
you know. But yeah, he went, you spastic to his friend, and teacher went, I've got a friend who's a spastic. And I was like, no, he's punching him. He was escorted out of the school and fired.
Oh, Lost Avenger says my favourite Christmas tune is "Christmas in Hollis" by Run DMC. I've not even heard that one.
Oh, here we go. My focus, yeah, I've never heard that either. As
Wow,
well.
Run DMC did a Christmas song. That must be awesome.
Check that up later.
Yeah.
If you could both star in a Christmas themed slash as an evil elf and killer Santa, how would you kill your victims? Has to be Christmas related items as weapons, etc. That's obvious. That's easy, isn't it? You get the candy cane.
Yeah, I was about to say exactly that.
You shove it right one's arse, so it goes right through the arse, up through the mouth, right? Then what you do is you get the reindeer, right? You shove it connect, a bit like bloody human centipede, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You get the friends to come over, you feed, and then you get these kids to come over. You feed them the candy cane, pretending that it's covered in something else, where it's somebody's dead corpse, right? All right, they eat it. The parents find out. You kill them by giving them presents that have these things pop out, like the teeth from bloody, like from Batman, like the teeth. They pop out, they bite people's noses off, right? And you go ho 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 ho, right? You dance around by hitting them with your stomach as well.
Yeah.
So they go flying through the window, right? Then you get the Christmas tree, and to finish it all off, you get someone's head, you stick it on top of it, right?
Yeah.
And you put these stars in their eyes like this. Right?
Oh yeah. Or balls,
Yeah, I could go on forever about that. What would you do?
No, you know what? Great minds think alike. Because I was going to say about the candy cane and stuff. But you know what? I would. This makes me sound really, really demented. I've not put thought into this honestly. You would either get a stocking or say a Christmas hat, put something heavy in it, whack them around the head, knock them out, and then you rope them to two sleds or reindeer, and then you make them go in opposite directions.
Found now. What you do then with that, well, because my faithful elf had done that, to finish it all off, I'd get the body parts, cut them all up, have them out in presents, and then give them to all the family members of that victim, right?
Or stuff it into a turkey.
Yeah, or stuff it into a turkey. Stuff the heart and that in a turkey.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Hell, even maybe eat it, sit down and eat it at Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
That'd be quite good, actually.
Yeah. You could have the, the candles and, like stick it on their head or something.
Yeah. Have like the turkey and then have the person's head where the head would have been.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, now we need to say grace over this, and then just basically stab the head and go.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. I like that.
Yeah.
I hope you like that.
Hope it answers your question. Yeah, we may have the authorities knocking at our doors any minute now, but.
I always laugh when people struggle with these questions.
I know, it's like, how do you not think about these kind of things?
All the time, it's like all the time.
I was watching a show earlier, and they were talking about old, like Christmas toys and stuff like that, and it made me really nostalgic. Like Spirograph and Rubik's cubes, and they were saying about board games and stuff like that. And we never really played board games at my home, so
we did.
Every now and then we had stuff like Trivial Pursuit and that, but.
Well, we had Mousetrap.
Oh, yeah. My gran had that. When we went to visit her, it was like, we must play Mousetrap.
We had Don't Wake Dad.
Oh, I don't know that one.
You walk around the board and you have to press the alarm clock button a certain amount of times.
Oh, right.
And whoever presses it and it wakes him up loses. Now, because my dad did night work, it was kind of funny because it was technically like I was pretending that going to bed was my dad. We had that. We had, like you, we had Trivial Pursuit.
Yeah.
We had Monopoly. We had all the basics. The only one we didn't have was Dunkin' Donuts. I always wanted that bloody game.
Oh, yeah. Is that the one with the elephant trunk? So, yeah, we had that.
We had the Hungry Hippos game.
Oh, I loved Hungry. We had Hungry Hippos when I was a real young kid. I loved Hungry Hippos.
And we had James.
We had Buckaroo.
Oh, we had that and all, and Pop-Up Pirate.
Oh, Pop-Up Pirate, yeah, that was amazing. And Who's Who?
Yeah,
Guess Who?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, do you know what? Guess Who was awesome. And then they made the newer ones. They just don't seem the same.
I don't like the newer one. It's a bit weird.
Oh, it just feels different. It's like the same, but it's different.
It's like they're trying to be PC and non-derogatory. Like, is he ginger? It's like you're not allowed to ask that now.
I remember playing Pop-Up Pirate, and it was so tense because you never knew where it was going to jump.
Oh, you stick those swords in, and you're like, you're waiting to see if you're going to get hit in the face by the sword.
Yeah. And Buckaroo was the same. It was like,
yeah.
It was awesome.
You'd be putting like the lasso on and the hat, and you're just like, it's gonna go.
And James Bond Jr. was a board game I picked up because I liked the cartoon show.
Oh, right, yeah. I never played a board. I didn't know they had a board game.
They did. How can they never have released that series properly on DVD?
No, I know. Why is that not still on?
I mean, they brought out the Action Man ones on bloody DVD. Where's the James Bond Jr.? I love James Bond Jr. because it was like James Bond Jr. uncle was James Bond.
Yeah.
And it was just so stupid, but it was awesome. Like Odd Job looked like Mr. T, but Asian.
So were you an action man boy, or was
I was a massive. I was such a small age that I kept trying to steal them. If kids had them at their place and I went round there, I'd try and put them up my top and go out the room with them if I didn't have.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not because I was a thief, because I was a kid, Yeah. Like every year, my grandma would buy me the big, massive trucks.
Oh, right,
and the cars, like.
Did you have different outfits and stuff, or just?
I did. Yeah. I had like 80 different action men. I remember there was a black one, but was a kickboxer, and it just was like he's a bit out of place, isn't he? The rest of them kind of looked browny, Italian, kind of white.
Oh, right, yeah.
And then they had this one black one that was a kickboxer. And it was like, well, I remember sitting there going, well, what is this? You know, like I
Yeah.
loved it, but I was like, it seems a bit out of place.
Yeah.
Like they had ninja ones, but they were still the same as the normal ones. But they had,
Oh, right. We're just different clothes.
yeah, they had that black kickboxer one. It was like, why would you have like an Asian ninjutsu one being a white guy
Yeah.
and just have one kickboxer black bloke? It just didn't make sense, you
No.
know. But Action Man was one of my love interests of it as a kid. I had a Barbie. I used to make them have sex with it, right? And they used to fight over it, right? And they'd give her gang bangs and everything. And I was only like 12. Yes, I was only, no, not 12. I was only about 9, right? But yeah, I even tried having sex with the Barbie once. That's another story for another time. Yes, and my foreskin got caught in one of the things, and I was crying.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes, okay. I was young. I was young.
Oh
Right?
no, like I say, I wasn't into dolls and stuff like that. I just, you know what, I wanted to play with boy toys because I liked guys. If you, that sounds really weird when I try and explain it, but it's like, why would I want to play with a girl and look at her boobs and everything when I can play? But my problem is as an analytical child, I would take off the things and look for. I was like, why hasn't he got any private parts? And I was just like, this is
Ooh.
really weird. And I got really, like, I'd get given a Ken doll, and I'm like, but he's got no parts. What's the. And I never understood why Barbie had hair, but Ken's hair was plastic.
Yeah.
I was just like, hang on, that doesn't feel, there's something not right with that.
Well, the thing is, I remember my Action Men. I used to always get them, and I used to get the big football-headed footballers.
Oh
Do you
yeah,
remember
yeah,
them?
yeah,
I
yeah,
used
yeah,
to collect them as well, and I'd make like these teams of evil terrorists. Because obviously I was watching Die Hard and stuff,
yeah, yeah. Watching,
and
yeah,
one of them would be a good guy, but would knock him out, like boom, right, with his head. He'd be up in the
yeah,
air, like boom, like let's say these glasses are them, right?
yeah,
There's the thing, and there he's like boom,
yeah.
ah, right, and it'd be all to get like, and they'd all want to get with Ryan Giggs because I had the special Ryan Giggs
Like the
limited
little
edition.
Subbuteo figure or something, or
Oh no, it was the
the
big-headed
bobblehead.
footballers, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I had a limited edition one, but I got in the post from collecting enough tokens. So
Right,
every
yeah,
one of them wanted to get with Ryan Giggs because there wasn't a female one, you
yeah,
know. And Ryan Giggs was my favourite footballer back then.
yeah.
And I was like, everybody wants to go with Ryan Giggs. They all want to have sex with Ryan Giggs, right? You got to remember
Yeah.
this time, technically, for me, it wasn't a gay homosexual thing. It was just being a
No,
kid.
no, it was you enjoyed. Yeah,
You know, as with the Action Men, I had the Barbie, you know,
yeah.
thing, the doll thing. So they all fought over her, and one of them would be having sex with her while one smacks my
Right,
bed
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
then jump in there, you know. And
yeah.
Barbie was one hell of a woman at the time, I guess, because she got around with all of them.
Oh
But
wow,
and then I watched what was it? Oh, Small Soldiers,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I kept watching them. I'm thinking,
You were waiting for them to come alive.
yeah. I was like, are they going to come alive? Are they?
Mm.
Are they? And I kept pretending they would. And I was like, oh, and I'd sit down in the corner talking to them.
There used to be this TV show, and I cannot for the life of me remember what it was called. But it was about these toys that came alive. And it was a kids show, and it was pre like Toy Story. So I
Raggy
wish
Dolls?
no, it was like real life, like stop motion, like real.
Oh, Johnson and Friends.
No, I might have been. I don't remember.
There was
But
a
anyway,
truck. There was a truck, a water bottle, and an elephant.
no, there was stuff like a teddy bear and stuff like that. I cannot remember what it was called. But anyway, it just made me, like you say, you watch that kind of thing, and then you're like, do you come alive when I'm not looking? and even then, like you say, scientifically, I was like, no, that's not possible. But then at the same time, I'm like, the little kid in me is like, but what if they do? And then you watch stuff like Toy Story, and even though you're older, you're like, it reignites that kind of imagination in you, kind of
Oh,
thing.
it does.
But
It does.
I used to love getting like animal figures and playing with them, and like you say, coming up with all these conflicts and stuff like that.
I remember as a kid on Christmas, I'd see my cousin Sean, and
Mm.
we played different scenarios out.
Right.
Like I'd be Shaggy and he'd be Scooby Doo,
Yeah.
right? And all this stuff. And we used. Do you remember the old sweet shops you used to be able to buy, which had the sweets, and you'd want to sell them
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
with the paper bag and stuff.
Yeah.
What you say is every Christmas we used to get that down from my nan's, not my nan, my grandma's loft.
Yeah.
And I'd set up and then I'd be sending it to my family and they'd give me money. And it was such a weird thing. When I think now, I think, wow, I could have. I remember as a kid thinking, oh, I want to work in a off license where I sell sweeties, right?
Yeah.
Now, I think, well, if I could watch myself doing it now, I'd think, well, what a sad bastard you were,
I
right?
know. Yeah. It's like,
But that's the thing. When you're a kid, you've got so much innocence to you in a weird way. But stuff
yeah.
like that is more fun. Now, it's like slowly but surely, even though you've still got that side there, it slowly fades away bit by bit if you're not careful.
Yeah. Yeah. It does. It's. That's why. I mean, I have a very creative, and that's why I try and do stuff. Yeah, like I say, I do stuff with the writers group and stuff like that. But it is trying to keep your brain, because, like I say, I remember all the stories I come up with for these, little figures and stuff like that. I have all these little figures up on my geek shelf, and it's just like, you just imagine what their little reactions to each other would be and stuff if they could really come alive, even as an adult. It's just like,
We've got
we
a
had a
couple.
question. Yeah, go on. You're just going to ask.
My favourite ball game to play at Christmas back in the day was Atmosphere.
Aha, yeah.
Can't say I've heard of it.
Yeah, no, that was a good one. I didn't really get much time to play with it because it was one of those things you'd have to play with people. So unless my sister played with me, it was.
Great answers. You could also shove someone's head in the oven instead of a turkey.
Well, yeah, there's that.
That one's from Kelly. Sounds interesting.
Nice thought. It depends how big you're. Still got to be some chopping involved there. So.
Yeah, unless you're in an American oven.
So would you stuff like the mouth? Like put stuffing and stuff in the mouth as opposed to or the eye sockets.
That'd actually be quite a good idea, actually, because there's enough room in there.
Yeah.
If you look at the old kung fu movies where they get blinded.
Oh yeah.
And it looks like they've got stuffing in their eyes.
Yeah.
With crosses,
Yeah.
Never
I'm trying to think of my favourite. We always enjoy playing Pictionary and stuff. So.
Quite recently, when I was there, we used to play the Wii at Christmas.
Oh right. Yeah.
I remember I gave my mum the Wii, and we used to play, like game party games.
Ah, yeah. Like Mario Get a Party or something.
No, nothing like that.
Oh, nothing like that.
Just the dark games and.
Just the dark. Ah, right. Oh, I get you.
And as much as I enjoy them, I want to play real games, like.
Yeah.
Like there was one time we bought Wario Land, and they were like, "Oh, we can't play this," and it was so annoying because you'd do like this and go quick with the thing.
Oh yeah, nearly hurt somebody in the face.
And I got so frustrated. I said to my mum, "I'm going to complete this right here, right now." Right? I completed it, and I got so angry after I did it. So happy, I threw the thing on the floor and broke it. Because I went, F you, Wario Land, because it was like, it was so annoying. My mum was like, how do you know? Because you had to do like 2 seconds to do each thing. You had to really
go for it, like really bank the controller kind of thing. It's like that Shake Weight advert,
Let's have one quick look. Have we got any more comments?
We had a question from somebody asking us about what we thought was the worst CGI in a movie. Last Avenger said, which film do you think has the worst CGI effects? Mine's I Am Legend, he said.
Probably Black Dawn. Is it Black Dawn? The one with Steven Seagal where they're trying to get rid of the bomb. They drop the bomb out the helicopter, it goes into CGI water, and the bomb's then CGI, and then it's just absolutely dreadful. That's one of them.
Anaconda had some rubbish ones.
But the thing is, it depends. You can't say certain movies
It
are
depends on the date when it was made.
like Wishmaster has some bad effects, but at the time it was the 90s, and in the
Yeah,
90s they had that really stiff, crap CGI effects that you'd have.
yeah,
You know, some would say Jason on the Argonauts is, but to me that's a classic.
yeah. I would easily say up there would be Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, because for a 2012 or whatever year that movie was,
It
that
was
was
8, wasn't it?
absolutely. Huh?
Did it come out in 2008?
No, I said 2012. I thought it was like 2012, 2013.
Let's have a look. Indiana. I'm sure it came out in 8. I might be wrong.
I could be wrong. But anyway, for an up-to-date movie, the
It was 8.
Oh, it was. Oh, wow. I didn't realise it was that long ago.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
Go you. Anyway, for 2008, they were absolutely diabolical. And again, I will say I mean, we're talking big budget movies. X-Men First Class was naff for a big budget movie.
It was.
Battleship was rubbish. I didn't like the effects in that. That whole movie was rubbish, but the effects.
I liked First Class, but I can understand what you mean on the effects.
Oh yeah, I didn't mind the movie. It was just the effects. They just looked all like added on too much.
I'll tell you one very bad effects. The remake of RoboCop.
Yeah.
And that came out this year.
How much are you trying to piss off Jimmy Richardson?
Well, it's not my fault he's getting it for Christmas, is it?
That'll teach him. Did he ask?
Yeah.
Jimmy, did you ask for it, or like are you just being given it? Like, because if you requested it, then we'll send you for help. But
hell, if you want, if you request it, we'll send you into bloody Antarctica, and we will never find you again.
Yeah.
Because obviously you need the training of coldness to save your brain from watching crap.
I actually didn't mind the effects in I Am Legend. I didn't mind I Am Legend as a movie. So.
I've owned the movie for years and never watched it.
Oh, have you not?
I think I've had it for like 5 years and not watched it.
Yeah, the ending's shit, but I didn't mind the graphics as much.
I probably haven't watched it because I'm a big fan of Omega Man.
Yeah.
I love that film. That's probably my favourite Charlton Heston film, and then probably, obviously, it's Ben-Hur after that.
Yeah.
But Omega Man's one of my favourite films of all time. That would be easily in my top 5.
I like Omega Man.
I watched that originally when I was like 13.
Yeah.
And to this day, it's stuck with me. You know, Charlton Heston's the man.
Oh, he's the man. Yeah.
I had a story that he was very aggressive with somebody. I know. They went to meet him and get their book signed. He went, "Sure, can you sign both books?" He went, "No, I only sign one. I'm busy."
Huh.
And I was like, "That's not being rude. It's just being truthful."
It's just been, yeah, exactly.
If someone said to me, someone said, "Hello, Mal, can you sign my breast, my bum cheek?" I'd say, "Yeah, okay." I wouldn't have any problem with that. I'm sure Donald would be right next to me, though.
I don't like the way some people can be really like, how dare you not want to take a picture with me? If you're interrupting a celebrity's time or whatever, or you're demanding more than you should be allowed, then I think it's wrong to then get pissy because that person's gone, actually, I don't have the time. It's like, you know.
Well, what gets me is these people will see a celebrity in the street and they go, "Oh, will you take a picture with me? We'll do this. Can you sign this for me? Oh, what you doing?" Because what people forget is a lot of people that see celebrities, they get very clingy. They're like, "Oh, you're my favourite person in this. You're my favourite person in that. Oh yeah." And the person goes, "Okay, I've got to go now. Oh, but I want to ask you one more question."
Yeah.
And, you know, you're like, but they've got a life too.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I would never, you know, I don't mind, you know, like meeting at conventions because obviously you're paying for and that's what they're there for. But these people that even hang around at stage doors after a celebrity's done a show, I think that's a bit, because it's like, dude, they've just come away from doing a show. They're probably tired and everything. It's like.
Well, you know what? I just had an idea.
What?
Comic-Con next year.
Oh, yeah.
Sketchney, Tash, as her own stall.
Yeah, exactly.
Signing. Everyone on YouTube can go see and get their autograph and a picture
Yeah,
taken.
come meet to Ash.
Do you know what? I'm surprised that big YouTubers don't do that.
Yeah, I know they do some because there's those gaming conventions, isn't there? But they don't really have much that way in England. That's the thing. I know there's a couple of them, but
Oh, I asked him for the RoboCop remake. This Jimmy Richards.
oh,
If
sorry.
it's if it sucks, then I'll unsubscribe from Sam McCormick. Yes, that's a good idea.
As long as if you don't think it sucks, you don't unsubscribe from us. That's
Yeah.
fine.
If you don't think it sucks, unsubscribe from Tash, but stay with me.
It's all right. I had somebody add me, and then all of a sudden I'm back down to, we had that whole thing last week with what was it? I can't remember the guy's name, Mark or whatever. Paul. No, it was Paul. Oh yeah, no, you've only 24 people until you reach 100 now, Tash. And then this week I lost another viewer. I started uploading videos again, and I lost a viewer. It was like,
You
okay.
know what? I've noticed that. I've noticed if you upload quite a lot, people unsubscribe.
Yeah. I was
But if
just
you don't,
watching something about this. The Game Theorists Game Theory. They did a video because apparently PewDiePie had been saying about he'd been losing subscribers, or people weren't seeing his videos that they
yeah.
were subscribing to, and apparently it's some process that YouTube do with filtering videos. Like if you don't start showing it, kind of thing. It was a whole process of how YouTube process what gets shown on your news feed, kind of thing. If you don't visit the channels often or whatever.
Yeah, because obviously yours is at the
Will
top.
come up. Yeah, the same
But,
for yours, for
you
mine.
know, but there's a lot of people that don't pop up on mine.
Yeah,
One-eyed Willie's one. It's one of those people, but he's like halfway.
yeah,
But most people don't want to
you're
go.
semi.
But most of the time, I don't go down the page.
No, exactly.
So there's times when I do, but there's times I'm like, well, unless I'm like, for instance, if I'm looking for, let's say, Gareth, for instance,
Yeah,
I'll look down to see if he's got a news thing, or maybe Alex or whoever. There's
yeah,
videos, I know.
yeah.
But it doesn't happen a lot. And I
No,
think the problem is, the whole thing is with the whole subscribers, is I think people leave because they go, oh, well, I'm getting like 20 different ones from this person. But at
yeah,
the same time, if you don't do that, you're not active enough.
yeah. Well, that is the thing, because the explanation we're given is apparently there's stuff like subscriber burnout, where say like PewDiePie or say like with mine or yours, is when you're doing a lot of videos in the week, people can't keep up with all the videos that you're putting out. So then it's showing that you're not watching, people aren't watching all the videos that you're putting out, so it shows that you're not popular, kind of thing, when that's not the case. It's just people aren't getting to all your videos at the same at when they're being released, kind of thing. So like I do a video each day, not everybody's available each day to watch that video
This
until
is
the
the
weekend.
thing. Brendan Mitchell, he does like maybe 2 or 3 a week.
Yeah,
And he gets a lot of views on each one of them, obviously, because he's got like 19,000 subs.
yeah,
But I always think to myself, if you make more and more and more, people can go back and look at them when they've got the time.
yeah, exactly.
And you're keeping them entertained because they've got plenty to watch.
They got plenty to watch. Yeah,
They're not going, oh, I've got only one video to watch.
yeah,
Oh, I like this person because they've got like a whole bunch of them to watch. Because my whole view is you've got a catalogue of stuff for people to look at.
yeah. But that's what I said. Like, I had more subscribers when I was rarely putting, say, like a video log out than I've had since I've been doing regular reviews and different stuff.
The problem is, Tash, before you were in this chat, you did another chat that ruined your reputation. And it's okay. It's okay. I understand
Yeah.
And I think that's why you lost so many subscribers.
I think it's just put me down. It was just, because I was
Only joking, but
no, yeah,
seriously, yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, it's like me.
yeah,
Before I started making videos properly again, I had 46 subscribers.
yeah,
Now I've got 56 more in the last 6 months.
yeah.
I'm happy for that 56, but then I'm like, that's not very many to gain in 6 months, is it?
No, exactly. Well, I had I can't remember how many I had before I started doing the movie and night reviews, but say I had 45 or something, and now I'm up to say 75, and it's like, but I've only gained 30 viewers, and I'm
Oh.
grateful for everybody that subscribed, and please keep watching. And I love you all. You're all awesome. But I'm not trying to sound ungrateful, but like you say, for 6 months of putting out regular reviews and stuff, it's like, why am I not getting
Well,
more?
in the last 6 months, I've done 300 videos. All
Yeah,
right, that works out at almost 4 videos per subscriber.
yeah,
And I always say, so if I can get to 1,000 videos and I only have like 120 subscribers,
yeah,
because I see all these people with like 3,000 subscribers with like 100 videos,
yeah, yeah,
right?
exactly.
I see people with like 3,000 odd videos with like 4 million watchers, and I'm sitting there going, how did this happen?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so it does. It baffles me.
It's just,
I mean,
but,
I'm happy with every subscriber I've
oh
got.
yeah,
I appreciate people coming on my videos, liking my videos. Even the people that like my videos, if you're watching this, go fuck yourself.
yeah,
And yeah,
dislike you mean?
yeah, I know exactly who you are, and I'm
Yeah,
watching
yeah,
you. I've
we
got a
know.
program. I've got a program that told me who you are. No,
Yeah,
I'm only
I
joking.
have I have a viewer tracker. It lets me
There you
know.
go. There you go. Viewer track. But seriously, I'm happy for every response. Every way
Yeah,
people interact, whether
yeah,
it's dislike or like, because at the same time they're still interacting.
yeah, exactly.
But there's that time where you're like, I feel like it's worth it because I get good people watching up. For instance, Last Avenger, he comments when it's a film he's seen and he likes.
Yeah,
You'll say what you think every now and again,
yeah,
and other people do it, and I like that. But at the same time, you just sit there going, wow, 52 in like 6 7 months and 300 videos later.
yeah,
And you also sit there going, the ones who commented, the people that subscribed with me originally before I started doing the videos again.
yeah, exactly.
So it's,
Sorry, I was just checking the YouTube page. Sorry.
is there any new things?
Well, I can see.
Let's have a look.
Oh, did you read Alex's one? Malcolm, how dare you misunderstand the brilliance of the RoboCop remake? Give it another chance.
Yeah, we read that.
Yeah, sorry, just I thought so.
That's all right.
Sorry.
It's sometimes you miss things,
Yeah,
because sometimes I missed it for a while. I think I read it like after 8 other comments.
I thought you might have read it. I was just like trying to.
Let's have a look, see if there's any more.
I don't think there is.
No.
Oh.
Oh, interesting. So have you got anything to say before we head off? Because it's 20 past.
Coming up time. No, I'm just hope everybody has a super duper Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate or don't celebrate. Hope you're all getting really good presents and spending time with each other and whatnot. So.
I'll say I hope you all have a great Christmas. And I want to say thank you to everybody who supported me through the hard times and the good times. And I want to wish everybody, even though I'm going to do a video anyway, because this is live, I want to say, because it's a little bit more nice when it's live.
Yeah.
I want to say thanks to everybody for subscribing, and thank you for everybody who has commented, has been a big part of my life, over the last year.
Yeah.
It's amazing how people can make an impact on your life without really doing anything but the odd comments.
Just the odd comment, yeah.
So I'd like to thank everybody for commenting, watching, liking, being there, give me support when I needed. Like when my nan was in the hospital, when I went to England,
Yeah.
when I was looking for a job, you know. This all means a lot, and this is why I like doing videos, because I feel like people really show they care because, you're doing nice things.
It's like
So,
when I was at the carol service. They were like, think about what you're glad for this Christmas, and it was like you say, it's the little things like people commenting, and when you think how much things have changed and stuff, and just people being there and just appreciate. It's nice to see the people watching and commenting and stuff, and I'm really grateful for that. So.
yeah, well, it's lovely. I'm gonna do a New Year's resolution video. With also thanks. I'm not gonna. One of my New Year's resolutions is gonna be to import 10 videos a day. Yeah. Okay. Wait a sec, 10 a day.
I want to know this.
No.
You may never see you ever again.
10 a day would make 100 in 10 days. Could you imagine that?
Oh, can you imagine?
That would be. How many would that be? That'd be 1,000, 3,000. Bloody hell, that would be like bloody hell, that'd be a hell of a lot. But one of my New Year's resolutions, obviously, is to spend more time with Donna.
Yeah.
But keep up with the channel as well, obviously.
Yeah. Just know when to take breaks and stuff.
Yeah. I'm planning to go out more. I'm planning to do. One of my resolutions is to do more holding up videos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to do one the other day, but Donna wasn't very well, and she was like, I don't want to be on film. And I was like, well, I don't want it to just be me, because she's a big part of me out. So,
yeah.
So I'm probably going to do it in January when I go out to buy some movies, even though I shouldn't really, because I don't need any. But
I was going to say, you've got plenty to go through.
But that's when you've got a real holder, people.
Yeah. Exactly, when he gets like 80 in one session.
Yes. Yeah, that was crazy. No, I'm not buying 2.
Yeah, but even 10 would be more than some people getting hoarding stuff.
But, this is the thing. I watch all that videos, and when people get like 5 or 10, or I'm sitting there going, yeah, weaklings, let's get the big amount.
Yeah. I'm going to beat you with my hoarding.
Plus, I'll probably show off what I got for Christmas, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'll probably show off in the next chat.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Now, so is our next? Are we gonna have our next chat next Monday?
I'm free, so whatever.
So on the 29th, so we'll keep on like we were, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
You don't mind?
No, I don't mind. I just want to make sure, because obviously it being around the time, I want to make sure. And plus, I want people to know in case they thought, they might be taking a week off or something.
Yeah, no.
So,
if you want to take a week off, it's up to you.
No,
but
I don't want to. I want to keep going. I want to keep on the steam train. I want to keep going.
Really enjoy this, and we want to keep people hyped. So.
There we go. So
we want to show off what we got as well.
There we go. We want to show off what we like, and we want to rub it in all your faces.
Yeah. Or just go, this is all I got, bathroom stuff.
Like for a Christmas movie.
Oh, right. I've not seen that.
I love Snow Globe. I saw it with my nan, and I love it. They brought out a sequel which has nothing to do with the movie. With the same star in it playing an angel.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, anyway, we better head off now.
We better, No, thank you, everybody, for watching, and thank you. I will be doing a video log this week, probably tomorrow, just with a few things, so...
Yes.
Sorry.
Is that what you were going to say?
Yeah, that was all I was going to say.
Okay. Well, I'd like to thank everybody for watching. As always, if you haven't, please subscribe to me. Ignore Tash. And
I would.
As always, subscribe to me if you haven't already. Thanks for watching. Sketchney Tash is links down below to subscribe. I almost forgot what I was going to say then. Can you believe that? There's link below. So if you haven't already subscribed to Tash, please do. Great channel, great person, great human being. I might say that to boost her up.
Yeah, I was going to say. Off camera, it's like
Yeah.
whoever.
Secretly, I hate her guts, you know. But no, seriously, please subscribe. And everybody, thanks for watching. And have a lovely Christmas. And see you afterwards. Look forward to hearing all what you got and all what how you had Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone. See you next week.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Bye bye.
Merry Christmas.